All right, guys, welcome back to Dropped Frames. We're going to be joined by Shannon, Z-Killer, here in just a bit to talk about her new job. But before we do, we want to talk about some stuff that it wouldn't just be smart to have a Twitch employee talk about things on Twitch.
Yeah, and it's something we can't ignore as the talk, like our talk show or whatever.
Yeah. So if you didn't hear by now, Saturday, I guess, is when when Trick declared he was a fucking idiot. Is that when it went down? I think that's when it happened. He did a 24-hour stream to celebrate 800,000 followers on his stream, so congrats, Trick. And at the very end decided it would be funny to fake SWAT himself, which means he had a bunch of people dressed up, or two people dressed up as cops, and they rushed in his room and he slapped him. You can watch the video footage. It's everywhere on YouTube.
Yeah, if you're in here, how can you have not watched it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so the result of this was a bunch of people were upset, rightfully so. They took to Twitter, and I don't really think that was the cause of that, but he ended up getting a 24-hour ban here on Twitch, which I think was the last time anyone over 100,000 followers has gotten any type of ban, as far as I can remember. I think the only other person to do that was Tally, and that was like 2 years ago. And that was when that just set up rules and standardization of the whole donation system. But yeah, we wanted to talk about this in kind of an open air, and because I know a lot of people were asking for our thoughts, and I think we should talk about it because a lot of people might think it's not that important. I think all three of us think it's very important that, and I think it should have been longer than 24 hours. But that's me. I won't speak for you guys. So, what do you guys think? I think Zeke, we'll start with you.
Well, my first question about that is before we get into like how we feel about it, like is it in fact like somewhere can we point to somewhere in the TOS that says what he did was against Twitch TOS?
I'm not the right person to ask that. I don't
right
know.
That's what I'm saying. Like can we
I don't
say
think
that?
there's I mean, in what world do you fathom a rule that needs to be put into a fucking guidebook that says don't fake SWAT yourself? Like,
well,
right.
Now there's a very important discussion here about performance art and what
Sure.
you are able to do and the fact that it's your content. I mean, it's not a black and white situation by any means.
Sure.
And that's like the first thing I thought of was like, I mean, it's most people would think, or not most people. I can't speak for most people. But I said that there's a ton of people out there who think it's in bad taste. Like think that was a prank in very bad taste. There are people who would say that. Now, that being said, last week we all laughed and I regaled you with a story when I convinced my mother that I had brain damage.
Right.
And that was in the moment that was probably an awful like taste. Like
Sure.
that was a prank in very bad taste. Like convinced my mom, like I made her freak out for like half an hour that her son was like, that kind of thing. And my viewpoint on it is how like just because it's in bad taste and it's maybe even mean-spirited or whatever. But I mean, is that something that is against the rules that we should be punishing?
I think at the end of the day, there's no question about it. It was a joke, right? He didn't mean anyone harm by doing this. 100% meant no harm.
I wouldn't say joke. A joke. It's not a joke. It's a prank.
Okay, it's whatever it is. He meant no one harm, right? But I don't know if it was taken into consideration the fact that this is a serious fucking thing that happens on Twitch. And it should not be, like, it's not something that you should make light of to people that have the ability to do this to other people on Twitch. It's not a joke to have SWAT rush into your house. Like, if you're putting other people at risk, at harm, because of your own prank, I think that's taking it a little bit too far.
But how is he putting other people at risk, though?
Because it makes light of the whole situation. People that look at that maybe are younger or they don't have a brain, think, oh, yeah, that's funny. Let's do that to other people.
There's a whole lot of questions that arise from this, and a lot of it, there's two very important ones that tend to get mixed up, and that is what he did in poor taste, and is what he did something he should have been banned for. And a lot of times this discussion is kind of like bleeding together, and it really shouldn't, because like,
Yeah.
okay, here's the thing. When right after this happened, my stream team had a really big discussion. You know, there's some people on the total freedom side. There's some people on the he should be banned forever from Twitch side. You know, it runs the whole gamut, and it was like a 600 message Skype conversation. It was really good. And the big thing that I left with is, you know, when I first heard about it, I said that is bullshit. Swatting is a huge issue on Twitch. To glorify it and think it's a form of entertainment is horrible. And you know, he definitely should have something happen. And then after the discussion, I realized that, you know, okay, you know what's also not funny? Dead babies, AIDS, racism, all these really horrible things that that comics make fun of all the time.
Right, but they're not putting people at risk. We can look at those
comics and we can go, that's in really bad taste, but we're not going to shut them down from telling jokes. That's a really, really bad joke, and I don't agree with it, and I hate the fact that he said it. I'm not going to tell him to stop telling jokes.
But
so it's a really weird situation, because again, swatting, right, just like JP said, and it's a really good point, swatting's a huge issue right now. It's a serious problem. There's potential deaths that can come from this over people trying to play pranks. It's a real issue. So making fun of it, especially now, horribly bad taste in my opinion. Does it deserve a ban? That's where we start, like, that's where I can't say yes. Just because, again, he approached it as a joke. It's a really bad subject matter, but who am I to, you know, if I don't agree with something, if I think it's in bad taste, that doesn't mean I have the authority to say you can't broadcast anymore.
Sure.
It's a very weird situation.
Yeah. I don't know if it deserves an outright ban. I mean, that's plus you also have to take into consideration, like, what happens to Twitch then if you ban someone with 800,000 followers? Like, that is a shit ton of, one, just community lashback, and two, financial lashback, right? Like, I don't know how many subs Trick has, but I'm sure if he gets banned, that's it's a decent sized dent in terms of dents that can be done from a streamer in kind of the revenue of Twitch, especially if a good chunk of those 800,000 followers just don't come back to the site, and maybe he moves over to another site. Like, I'm sure that was all taken into consideration. It's some value by Twitch. But Zeke,
yeah, do you think that's a good point to bring up?
What, the financial side of it?
Yeah, good. No, I mean, like, if it was a smaller streamer, do you think the smaller streamer would have had a worse punishment?
I think without question, yeah. I think there's definitely and we've said this before, like, bigger streamers just have more privilege on Twitch. That is created by Twitch in its very essence, right? If you're more popular and you're more important to the site as a whole, then they can do less to you because of that.
Do you think that's wrong?
Yeah, I think it's wrong, but there's not much they can do about it.
I think Twitch, especially at this point, with how much it's growing and the fact that they're doing so many more, I'm sure how big a channel is a consideration, but I don't think that Twitch would, you know, for the expression, let a big streamer get away with murder. You know, like, if a big streamer does something overtly wrong, I don't think Twitch would be like, you know, we would ban them, but they're a big streamer. I don't think they'd do that. Especially maybe back in the day when they were like, you know, a big streamer was, you know, a actual portion of their income. But I don't know about these days.
I think it's something that's taken into consideration, but
especially since they're owned by Amazon now.
Yeah, I don't think it's not as big as, like I said, where they're like, well, he's over 800,000 followers, we can't ban him. Like, I don't think that's a conversation that's brought up.
Well, the point has been made that it's a first offense. That, like, this is his first offense, and he, you know, got the first offense punishment for it.
Right. And I don't know is it 3 strikes you're out? Like, what type of rule system? I've never looked into it before.
I don't know. There's a blanket TOS statement that says, like, Twitch has the right to do shit to your channel, like, if they feel like it's, you know, necessary or warranted and stuff like that. It's kind of a blanket statement.
Right.
And you know what, Zeke? You just brought up a really good point. And this is actually one of the things that was brought up in the discussion I was talking about. This is Twitch's network. This is not an American public station where we have our rights and can say whatever we want, you know, and no one can stop us and freedom of speech. This is Twitch's network. They're a company that makes money. They get to decide what content is on their network. And
Sure.
if they don't want people fake swatting on their network, it's their prerogative to get it off of it. And it's funny because JP, you actually brought up a really good point earlier about, but I think it's flipped a little bit. You were saying, well, if kids see swatting as entertainment, then maybe they'll be encouraged to do it. I don't know if I'm sold on that, but what I am sold on is streamers seeing this, seeing it get big numbers, and then if Twitch hadn't have done anything, going, you know what, maybe I should fake a swatting too.
Right. Well, I mean, there's
Let's see how far I can take it. You
That's
know,
the
like,
unfortunate-
if this guy's getting big numbers, that's one of the big things. But you know, and this is the final thing I'm going to say about
Okay.
it. I really kind of wish that Twitch would, and I'd like this for all major bans. I wish that Twitch had some kind of interface with the public about A, who's getting banned, B, why they're getting banned, the status of the ban. Like, this ban had so many questions going around it. I mean, I just had one of my mods actually tell me that at one point it was thought that the channel got banned just because Twitch actually thought they were being swatted. I don't know if that's true or not, but I can tell you that Twitch would want to take off any channels that were actually being swatted. Of course, they shut down channels all the time if something weird is going on the channel, especially if the broadcaster doesn't have control of it.
Yeah.
We don't know, and I don't think, as far as I know, that Twitch has made any public announcements concerning it.
No,
maybe they have.
I don't think they've said anything. I think the only thing that's been said is Trick saying, "Oh yeah, I got banned for 24 hours. I'm taking a vacation."
Well, and his channel did go down.
Yeah,
like,
his
if you went
channel.
to
That's right.
channel.
Yeah.
But I think in situations like that, it would only be more helpful to get the information out there, especially if it's going to be like, hey, we're Twitch and this is what we want on our network.
Yeah.
It seems to me that's one of the most important times that you should get that info to the public. Like, let them know exactly what went wrong, exactly why it happened.
Yeah,
so we know.
That's a good point.
That was my wonder. Like,
That's a great point.
since he's such a big name on Twitch, was there like a public Twitch thing saying, like, explaining this, or was there not? Do we know?
As far as I know, there was not
Okay.
on any media. Or
Well, and that's
medium, whether it's Twitter or their blog or anything.
Right. And I'm wondering if that if that was a wise choice or that wasn't, like, being totally transparent, saying this is why we did what we did, and this was a situation, and this is how we dealt with it, and, like, being completely forthright with why it was why it happened, why it wasn't too harsh or too lenient or whatever, like that kind of stuff. Like a public spokesperson saying something, like, explaining it.
Yeah.
Rather than letting us go like just fight amongst ourselves, saying, like, he should have been banned or he should have got at least a longer, suspension or whatever the hell.
Well, I think it's good that that discussion takes place within the community, and that was one of the things that I actually, if there was a positive side of this, like, the community was very vocal about just discussing it. Whether those discussions were actually good or not, I'm sure there were those fucking idiots that are just like, well, women should be banned, and like 5 seconds after it happened, it's like, how the fuck do you draw the line from there to there? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, that's the other, like, the other argument that I've heard a million times about, like, what about the boob casters or whatever the fuck you call them? Like, what about that? Like, it's like, where's the line?
Right. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. Twitch in a lot of places has become kind of this, like, circle jerk of hate, to where, like, and we're taking on to another conversation now that other people are bringing up. Like, people enjoy seeing a failure, a cringe, a heated personality and stuff like that. So when something like this happens, the unfortunate side effect of being suspended for 24 hours is your channel fucking exploded. He was at like 30,000 viewers all yesterday. And I don't know his normal average, but whenever I've tuned in, it's like 9 to 10,000. I don't know what his normal viewership is. But it's unfortunate that he was actually rewarded by the community for something that Twitch deemed bad enough to warrant a 24-hour suspension. And so that's kind of the shitty thing. If you look at the community in that regard, is like everyone just flocks to the drama. So,
well, dude, like, a fucking 24-hour ban or 24-hour suspension, excuse me, is it's a day off, man.
That's really what it was for him, yeah. Especially after a 24-hour stream. That's exactly what it was.
Like, why? I mean, if it's a punishment, I mean, it should be punishing. I would say, like, if they want to punish someone, make it punishing somehow. Like a 24-hour thing is, I mean, it's like, you know, a day of nothing. I mean, I'm not saying like punishment fit the crime. Not arguing that. I'm saying like, even if it was me and Twitch was like, you showed in your nipples, you're gonna get a 24-hour. I was like, you know, okay, fine. I'm just gonna go fucking have mimosas at the bar for a day,
right?
And then I'll come back. And that's the thing. It's like like punishment. Like that's another thing. Like how much teeth?
Well, that's what I was
Twitch
gonna
really
ask.
have?
Like, should there be, and not in this case, just in general in the future, should something like a fine come into play?
That's
like should Twitch streamers be fined a certain value if something like this happens? Because really,
the only way I could ever see that coming in, man, is if they were crystal clear with what they were expecting.
They would have to set up
and
guidelines.
When you have
100%.
things in your contract that basically say we can do whatever we want whenever we want, which is safe generally. And granted, television kind of works that way. You know, it would get very sticky. But you'd have to be very clear beforehand, like what can be fined, how much is it for, you know, like what exact stipulations does it cover, that kind of stuff. But I mean, I see no reason why. I mean, hell, they do it for TV, they do it for all other forms of entertainment. Why not?
Right.
Why not here?
Right. Yeah, I don't know, and I don't know like what that number is to tie it. Like, I don't know.
well, it's like
that would get really
sports
sticky.
people get fined.
Do you take away like how do you? There's no monetary value set to a person's stream, right? It's so much in flux on a day-to-day basis, right? You can't look
Actually,
at
you know what? Fines really wouldn't work. There's
Yeah.
too much discrepancy. Yeah. That wouldn't.
Well,
and
and
even
also,
then,
like,
it's
you
like,
can't- you
it
wouldn't
would get to a
sign-
point with the bigger streamers that they would just do what they want and pay the fines if it became
yeah,
an issue.
it would just turn into like
it would-
sports ball where they're like,
Whoa, no,
500,000
Yeah.
fine.
with that, it would be people in their community would be tipping them, giving them money through PayPal.
Oh
which
yeah, that's true.
does not go like they'd be like, oh, how much was the fine? Oh, 5,000.
Let's set up a donation goal,
5,000.
guys.
Well, no, it's kind
And
of
they would do
interesting
it,
because
and they would
this-
do it.
this-
They would.
the exact same thing we see going on with this. The whole thing boils down to a timeless argument of censorship. It's basically all it is. And it's the kind of thing where when we see in America, if you're EU, like if somebody stands up for a political thing and the other side totally shuts them down, well then of course their political side runs to them, donates them money, gives them all sorts of stuff. Like it's a solidarity thing. Like, you know, oh, you're being punished because of censorship? Well, I don't care what you did, but I'm on your side now because screw anyone trying to censor it. You know, it's and that argument can go anywhere. So, I mean, with this kind of thing, it just comes down to, it was on Twitch. It's Twitch's rules. They can decide what to do. Hopefully they be public with it. But, you know, if they aren't, hopefully maybe not expect more, but more may come. But if they're open and, you know, inform us all, hopefully they can make some good come of, you know, the situation.
Yeah.
But Trick, regardless what happens, you know, he's going to be, he would have been fine. Even if he would have been kicked off Twitch, he would have had so much support rally around him. Like, I bet he's loving the PR from this right now.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, when you name your stream Locked Up or whatever the fuck it was, like, of course you're loving it.
So
100%.
you know, it's up to Twitch to decide how they want to do the message. The message they've delivered is this guy did fake swatting. He was banned temporarily. So obviously Twitch was not happy with what happened, but they aren't really announcing anything. So, but I think in doing that, they've definitely sent a message. Don't do fake swatting on Twitch, which is hopefully what will continue to happen. And that will not be a thing that we have to worry about because that would be really bad.
That was the other good thing is, for the most part, I didn't see a streamer of 100 plus thousand followers being like applauding any of it. Everyone was pretty much against what happened, and for me it was good to see that. Like I was like, well, okay, good. The majority of the community is actually intelligent about this, and they understand that it wasn't just a joke. Like there was more things that happened rather than a lot of the people in the community that are just like, it was a joke. Like nothing wrong was happened. And so it was good for me to see that.
Have either of you been swatted? Sorry, maybe I shouldn't ask. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to bring in that discussion into the show.
I guess
even this very discussion itself was discussed between the three of us. Like, should we actually talk about this?
Yeah, that's very true. Now, I'd be curious to see like someone who has for sure gotten swatted, like how they feel about it.
I'm sure they were fucking livid.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's
actually another important thing to consider about this discussion. We streamers are really the people that are most affected by this. So you have to think our viewers and audience, this whole argument has a completely different connotation with them. They don't have to worry about swatting. It means nothing to them.
Yeah.
Nothing. So when we're all having these discussions and stuff, you know, we're all, oh, this is a big deal and this is really important. It's not really to our viewers, to be honest. So
Yeah.
a lot of them are going to be much more casual about the fact that it's just a joke.
It's a good
it's
point.
Just, you know, whatever. It's not because they don't have the concerns about this stuff that we do. So, you know, when I see people that I really trust their opinion and I've seen in my channel for years go, you know, Trick2G was just messing around, whatever. It's kind of easy to empathize with them because to them, yeah, it really isn't a big deal. But, you know, at the same time, we just have to understand our perspectives on this. It's much more important to us and it is much more, you know, grounded.
Yeah, that's a great point. I never thought about that before, so that's a great perspective.
Well, I guess out of all this, the best argument I've heard that's against it is it can make light of it and it can make it dangerous. Like it can make it dangerously like it could like it feasibly make it too humorous to think of as something that's serious.
Right. Well, I mean,
you know, and I think that's a valid argument against it.
Yeah.
Dude, someone fake swats on their stream and has thousands of people watching. Let's say 100 of them know where they live. One of them freaks out and calls the police department. Dude, something's happening at this guy's house right now. He just unintentionally swatted because he thought he was trying to help. You know, there's so many bad, horrible things that could come from fake swatting. It's just like it could cause so many problems.
Right.
It's just the kind of thing where when you look back, it's kind of like, that could have ended horribly. It's fine that it ended fine and everyone laughed and it was a joke. That could have been really bad, potentially, if someone tried to get involved and help him or tried to figure out what was wrong or, you know, and maybe a cop was watching and goes in that area and goes, dude, we don't have what's going on here? These guys are fake. And all of a sudden they're involved now. You know, like
real
so
cops,
many little things. Yeah. I mean, especially like if a real cop knew he lived near Trick and saw this going on, you know, he could have thought he was being robbed. And all of a sudden, there's people going over there. So the whole thing, when that kind of stuff's involved, it's just, again, it's not really illegal, but it's just you really gotta think about it, and it's just not, you know, not something you want to do.
Yeah.
It's not something you want to do.
It's literally taking the best job in the world and making it one of the most stressful jobs in the world because of what could occur. That's literally what it is for a streamer. It's just the worst. It's probably one of the worst things I think that could happen to someone in our profession, but that's just the fact of the matter. So Zeke, any final words from you before we take a small little break and we'll bring on Shannon?
No, I'm glad we discussed it. I'm glad we brought it up because when it first happened, I took like the Larry Flint stand. I was just like, it's fucking bad taste, but it's still a joke. But now I'm looking at it like there are repercussions that can happen. There are things you don't think about, like Cohh brought up. And that things like I didn't even think about that. I was like, oh, that makes total sense. Like, you could really like, there is some actual danger that could happen. So
yeah,
I might have like slipped off the other side and say like, that might be just a deplorable thing to do.
Yeah.
Even with all the stuff I've said, man, I still kind of, it's all in Twitch's book, you know. And it's all up to them at the end of the day.
It really is,
I can make my judgment on the thing, but if it's bannable or not, it's all up to Twitch.
Yeah. And I think that's maybe the final thing that we'll say on it. I think that's a good spot to leave it. So we'll take a quick break. We'll let the chat settle down. We'll bring on Shannon, and then we're going to be talking about her new spot, talking about GamesCom. I don't know. Arc, yeah, the Arc event over this past weekend, which was huge.
That was awesome.
There's a ton of shit to talk about, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Drop Frames right after this. We'll see you guys in just a bit. All right, guys, welcome back to Dropped Frames. Going into the second and a half portion of the show. I don't know what it's called.
Sure.
I don't know what it's fucking called. We're joined now by Shannon Z.
Hi,
Killer.
Shannon.
Of course, no stranger to the show. If you've watched her on Drop Frames, you've seen her on Roleplay, you've seen her just around Twitch. She now works for Twitch. She was supposed to announce this during the Drop Frames show, but it got delayed, obviously, and was announced yesterday. You are now the... What is the title? Something education?
I am the community manager of education. It's actually a role that they created because before, Marcus's title was originally it was the director of community and education, or director of programming and education, but he's done so much for programming that now that's just what he does. Like he's literally just the director of programming, because now Twitch does so many more shows and so much more like content at those shows that that's all he has time for. And so they've split education off into this other thing, and it's like its own thing now, and that's me. So, I'm here to learn ya.
Cool. When I first had it explained to me what that actually meant, or I guess when I first heard that a while back, because I think that was under Marcus's title, I had no idea what the fuck education meant. I think a lot of people struggle with the title as well. So like, what does that mean on your day to day? What does your current job really entail with that title?
So it's kind of something new, and actually this is not public yet, so this is going to be the first time that anybody's really heard about it. So the Reddit that we have, and we have a whole bunch of information there, and a few months back we started making like a Wikipedia, and Reddit's system for its Wikipedia that's integrated isn't really the best. So basically I am going to be now getting Twitch behind me and making an official one that's going to be basically built into the site. So it's going to be a portal for a whole bunch more information, articles, video, everything that you could possibly imagine on any particular subject that could apply to broadcasters, partnered broadcasters, viewers, moderators, artists, musicians, designers, developers. Anything and everything that applies to Twitch is going to be like, you're going to be able to learn about it in any capacity through this portal that we're making. So that's going to be like my main thing. That's mainly what I'm going to be doing. And of course, I'm going to be involved in a lot of other stuff to do with community as well, and helping out Erin Aurelian as well with her community lead position. But that's, I don't really know any of those things yet. So mainly I'm just sort of getting my feet stuck in on this portal, and that's what we're going to be doing.
Cool. And you're still based out of England, right? So you're working kind of remotely?
Yeah, I'm going to be working from home for the first little while, and because I'm Canadian and nobody seems to really like Canadians with visa issues.
But seriously, like, fuck Canada, right? We're all of the same mind. Canada sucks, right? We all agree.
Yeah.
Dude, don't make fun of America's hat.
Like, I deal with so much already being in the UK, but it's even more visa issues to get over to America. So eventually, but I don't know exactly when. So yeah, just working from home for now and going into the UK Twitch office as well.
Cool. I don't know how many questions we really have for you, because I guess for the most part, I think we've all known about this kind of as broadcasters, and I think most broadcasters have as well. But Zeke or Co, any questions for Shannon on the new title and the new job?
Go ahead, Zeke.
How did you approach them, or they approach you, or like how did Have you been around? How long you've been around Twitch for a long time, right?
Yeah, 3 years.
There you go.
I think it's kind of become this organic evolution thing. Like if we look back, I just kind of created my own niche in the Twitch verse, I guess. Like it started just being helper to Chris, like Sacriel on his channel, and developing the 42nd. I kind of started doing some self-taught stuff. Like I realized early on that he needed branding. He didn't have a logo. 1 second. I'm thinking I'm hearing gain. How do I fix that? Because it's going to just irritate the crap out of me, too.
You're hearing it on your end?
Yeah, I'm hearing it on my end.
Oh, that might just be Co. Is your mic open?
No, my mic's muted.
Oh.
No, I don't think it's his.
Not me.
It's okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like anything I was causing.
It's not too bad.
So, yeah. Oh, is it? Okay, anyways. So, yeah. So I helped out with the 42nd and got a sort of community structure there. And then after about a year of that working out really well, I started to get bored and want to do more. And then I kind of went and applied to be a mod on the Reddit. And then I was handed over ownership of the Reddit. And then after a few months of working on that, and then all of a sudden they offered me the admin position, and that was offered to me. They reached out to me for that. And that's how that works right now for becoming an admin. And then from there, basically, I did that about a year a year and a half-ish yeah. And after doing that for a long time, then it was like, okay, well, we see everything that you're doing on your own time, which really that's all it is. It's just an obsession. And when you really want to help out with people and you want to do more for your friends and for their communities, because that's really what it is. Like every broadcaster that I know, whether they're big or small, they're just friends of mine and I want to help them out. And I think that because of that passion, it's just sort of made me obsessive. And then I stay up until 4 a.m, like coding stuff for the Reddit or trying to answer questions, helping out. Sometimes people will private message me on Twitch or they'll email me something and I'll look for ways to like handle situations that maybe people don't really think that there's a solution for. Sometimes it's, maybe it's an issue with something in chat, or maybe it's they have some kind of technical problem. I'm not really good at technical stuff, but I can definitely direct them to somebody else. So I'm always kind of a person that people come to for answers, and I think that that's why they've selected me for this role. And one thing that was really encouraging was how many broadcasters actually responded to my announcement saying that they felt I was the best person for this job. So that was kind of nice.
I think the Twitch people
I'm not sure what else I could say on that. Sorry?
I think the Twitch people just sat around and went, who is the most motherly, like cares too much, like nosy person that we know? Shannon.
Ouch, man.
She'll be like, oh, you need help? Hey, what's going on? You need some help? I can help you. I got help right here. Got a little sign on my shed that says, I will help you.
I like how your mannerisms were very squirrelish. There's like, you sound like a squirrel. That's,
Have you ever met Shannon?
yeah, no, I know that's
right
exactly
on.
how Shannon is. I was applauding you on your squirrel / Shannon mannerisms. It's very strong.
That's basically it.
No, I've known Shannon since the first time. I mean, known her since the first time I met her at PAX South, and I honestly, like, I don't want to, inflate your ego too much, but I couldn't think of anyone better for the job, honestly.
Thanks, dude.
So congratulations.
Yeah, well, I feel like I actually think that there's some truth to that mothering thing. Like, not to play into a stereotype or anything, but I'm the oldest of 5 kids, and they're all a lot younger than me. And I actually did train to be an elementary school teacher and taught early childhood music and a whole bunch of other stuff. So education's always kind of been a part of my life. And so it's kind of funny to me that even though I broke apart from all of that and I went down a gaming path and social platforming and all of that kind of stuff, it still seems to follow me everywhere I go. And I'm just going to embrace it and see how I can use
Shannon, you got the job. Yeah. You're not this isn't the interview.
You're not
I can stop applying.
This isn't the interview.
Yeah.
You got it. You're safe. You're good.
And actually, I kind of think that I'm going to put you guys on the spot too, because one thing that's going to kind of come out of this portal idea is I want to use user-generated content. So the people that are working with me on this project, it's not just me by myself. Oh my God, could you imagine? So actually the awesome Aurelian, Aaron, and Jason, and Steve Lynn from Partnerships, they're all going to be helping, as well as other people who are going to come in and out and give their expertise on the situation for every different topic that we face. When we're making these articles, when we're making this stuff for you guys to read and educate yourselves on, I'd like to actually pull in friends of mine, you guys, for, getting your own expertise out there. So like,
well, Shannon,
who said we were friends?
Shannon, once a week, every Wednesday at 3:00 Eastern, I do a show called Drop Frames. You can just put that 3-hour chunk into the portal, and then we're done. And that'll fill me, Zeke, and Co's time.
That's the kind of
question.
thing.
What is a friend?
I'll write an article for you, Co. It's okay.
Thank you.
See,
this is why you're the educational dude.
But yeah, like I mean, for example, there's like we see a lot of this kind of stuff on the Reddit. Like, how do I make a good emote? How do I create a schedule? Like, I mean, what really is consistency? How do I position? Like, how do I make sure that my mod team has what they need to be good mods? All that kind of stuff. How do I use certain technical like how do I make sure that I meet technical requirements to use different software and all that kind of stuff? So we're going to look at every single possible thing anyone has ever asked and try to see if there's a demand out there to make an article based on that thing. So like, I kind of think I'm going to come knocking at your door JP.
Well,
When
are you
I wanna
thinking
talk about how to do
text-based?
schedules.
Are you
What's
thinking
that?
text-based or video-based? Like, what
Oh.
what is the medium that you want to use?
I want to use both. I want to use whatever's going to be best for the topic at hand. So, like, for example, emotes. If I want to help people learn how to make a good emote, because of course it's not just about making something that's 28 by 28 pixels, right? There's a lot that goes into making a good emote versus a not so good emote.
Right.
And so I'd like to actually go to the people who I know out there who get demands and requests all the time for their talents to be used. And I want to know, what are their tricks? Like, how is it that they keep making awesome emotes? Like Gears Art, for example, who makes amazing stuff, right?
I'd say just put an additional thing on Twitch Weekly, maybe at the beginning, before or afterwards, where it's a 30-minute segment with you and Gears, and you just talk about like how to make a good emote, and you just have him do it on the spot, or have him like bring in some sort of workshop to where he does like the different stages of an emote or some shit.
Dude, you could do that segment, except have it be like one for emotes, and then next week have a 30-minute segment about how to properly get your profile graphics, and then how to set up your streaming software and what options you have. You could do like a how to stream on Twitch segment pretty much every month, and just go over everything, and then compile it all into a giant FAQ that you could put on Reddit or something.
Be great.
I just picture the idea of like bringing in like an artist, like, hey, come here. Do art now. Art. Go art now. Go art. Like that's what JP was like, bring him in and have him whip something up for you real quick.
I was recently playing Metal Gear Solid 4. Have you played Metal Gear Solid 4, Zeke, or seen the intro where they do like the reality TV stuff? They make like these faux reality TV shows, and one of them's like a cooking segment, and it was literally that. It was like this woman who's talking to a chef. He's like, oh yeah, you're just gonna turn the spoon just circles and make little circles with the dough, and and that's what you can do with the art. Just be like, you're just gonna draw a little circle there, maybe put a little eye on that. It'd be great. I don't know if we still have Shannon. I think she's still there. Maybe
I can
not.
hear.
Nope, we're losing her.
Camera 2 is down.
Camera 2 is down. Camera 2 is down. What do you do when camera 2? You just don't care. You just
you drop Skype, JP. That's what you do.
So no, let's just me and you talk. Oh,
yeah,
hey,
let's
JP.
finally fucking.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I've just been, clean. I did my dishes the other day.
Yeah. What type of dishwashing soap do you use? Do you even use soap?
I use Dawn.
Nice.
Dawn is good.
Nice. Do you buy the big bottles or the small bottles? What do you?
Oh, I go to Costco for my shit.
You go to Costco? I don't like shopping in Costco. I go to Costco for the pharmacy, but not for everything. There's too many fucking people there. I don't know how.
I also go for the free samples.
What are you talking about?
Well, because we're the only people on camera.
Somewhat Twitch related. Jesus, Costco runs and shit.
It's a joke, Maybe in poor taste, but it's a joke. Oh, bam! Topical humor.
I don't know what happened to Shannon. She's
I'm gonna fire up Rocket League. I'll see you there in a minute, Zeke.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, that game.
You guys still enjoying that?
Dude, I had so much fun last night. We were just like, I randomly fired up my stream. I was gonna play for like an hour. And then all of a sudden, I get a PM from Zeke. He's like, hey, you playing Rocket League? And then I like threw in my stream chat, hey, anyone want to play? Dude, it ended up being like me, Zeke, Wolfsgoar, Satellizer, Bike Man, one of Zeke's mods, Booby Dooby, one of my subs. Like, it was a blast, man. Like, we played, I was only going to play an hour. I think we ended up playing almost 3. We all started drinking, which was trouble.
Oh, no, that's, yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, that's how you have a good time with Rocket League, is you start drinking. Yeah. Unless you play with Gassy Mexican, and then it's just not a fun time ever. It's just always bad. It's just always a bad time. He takes it too serious, and when he drinks, it just amplifies that. Oh yeah, what were you drinking? Was that just a normal beer? Oh, you're going back for another. You were actually
on
fucked.
a New Belgium Snapshot kick right now. I love a lot of New Belgium brews, and Snapshot right now has been great for me lately.
There you go.
He had 6 of them by the time we were done.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Well, I was drinking every goal. I was just like, oh yeah, cheers, right? Didn't think it'd be a big deal. Yeah, 3 hours later.
Yeah.
I think it came to like 7.5 by the very end. I had to I was like, everyone go on Zeke. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.
I was drinking shots after every game.
Man, I last night or yesterday I didn't have internet all day because our router basically died. The AC adapter on it died, so we had to go get another one. But anyways, around like 5 o'clock, couldn't stream, so it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go get fucking wasted. So I went up to BJ's Brew House, got real trashed. And then we got home and like had working internet because we wouldn't replace the AC adapter. Everyone's like, "Oh, you got to stream you're drunk. It's the best stream." I'm like, "Fuck that! I'm just gonna continue drinking off stream and have a good night rather than streaming completely shit faced." So I don't know if I'm a fan of the streaming while drunk thing. I don't know if I can do that every night.
I've streamed while tipsy, like last night. I've never gotten drunk on stream. I don't think I could get to a point where I felt my cast wasn't under my control. You know what I mean? And I know there's some streamers out there that drink to that point.
Oh yeah.
And some of their communities absolutely love it. But those people have more balls than I do, especially the ones that are established and have like lots of subs and stuff like that and do it regularly. That stuff, my hat's off to them.
Yeah. Man, Skype is just epic dumps today.
Yeah, it is.
It really
poo-pooing
did.
on everybody. Oh, hey, there I am.
Now, yeah, it's dropping Shannon from the call for some reason. I don't even know what's going
Dude,
on.
her thing is like skitzing between busy Shannon, busy Shannon, busy.
I know.
So
Well, it's
bad.
because I'm constantly calling her back and forth to make sure that it doesn't drop. Micromanagement, kids. That's how it's done. That's how it's done.
Oh my lord.
Zeke, you made it to Bashi.
I did. I made it to Solgren, yeah.
Yeah. Or yeah,
The boss.
yeah, Solgren.
The last boss, yeah.
How many hours have you put into him?
Oh, so far?
Yeah. You made it
what's
there
it,
last
like-
night, right?
Yeah. No, I made it there 2 days ago.
Hi.
But yeah, hello, you're back.
Welcome back.
I'm
Well, your
sorry.
camera came back. What?
Yeah.
So, seems like I need to make an article for myself on how to not have crappy Skype.
Yeah. I think eventually I'll just switch over to Zoom, but it's so much
maybe-
work for me to switch over everything that I just haven't done it yet. So,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
get
feel
good,
ya.
get good, scrub.
yeah.
Wow.
I know, right?
Nice week.
Do you still have the idiot overlay on her?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Whoops.
We
I
could
mean, I'm
probably
sorry,
just leave
not
that
sorry.
there.
Oh, on that one, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm about 9 hours into just to answer your question.
What is your progress on that? Like, I don't
It's
even
like-
know how to judge it.
You make like, I don't know, 2 seconds of progress. Like you get 2 seconds further every hour, I would say. Like seriously, it's like I haven't even got. There's 3 phases, and I haven't gotten past the first one yet. And it's just pattern recognition, just knowing how shit works and how to guide shit where you need it, and just I mean, look at this. The screen is flashing. It's shaking.
Yeah.
There's shit everywhere. I mean, like, it's a ridiculous thing. So it's just beating your head against it until you manage to remember everything and get lucky a couple times, and you'll do it.
What are you thinking right now? When are you thinking it's gonna happen? You thinking before PAX Prime? Is that too short or too long?
You know what? I don't even want to say.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say like
Well,
an estimate because I have no fucking clue. Because like,
I was gonna make a bet with you. That's why I was asking.
oh, what's the bet?
Well, I
Let
don't.
me hear the bet
If I
first.
say before, like,
Oh, I see.
before PAX Prime, I feel like that's too long. I mean, that's 3 weeks away.
Have you met me?
I don't know. See, I don't know. Like, I know that it's been a rough experience, but I don't know.
JP, just as a reminder, dude, there are people that get up to the final boss of Bashi and then give up permanently.
Well, yeah.
This is not a little like, oh, after a week or two we'll be done with it. No, this is one of the hardest boss fights in any video game, and it takes a long time. Like, it's not one of those things you can kind of get lucky. You need to really know the fight from beginning to end, or you are toast.
Yeah.
And it's just a slow, grueling process.
I remember watching, I think his, I don't know how many deaths. I think it was maybe like 4,000 deaths on it.
He finished it Christmas Day, didn't he?
I think so. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Around
On
that
one
time.
of his playthroughs, anyways.
What a present. That's amazing.
Yeah. Or maybe that was Frag that finished it Christmas Day.
Oh, okay.
I forget. Someone
Yeah, I was gonna say,
finished
he was playing it way after that. Frank does a Christmas thing every year with Bashi, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I will say that I think I'll probably beat it before PAX Prime.
Okay.
But I
What
would
are we
guess.
wagering? What's the wager? Steak dinner?
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, steak dinner.
Are we going to a steak place, Shannon?
Yeah, we are.
and all drinks purchased as well.
Okay. Yeah. I'm okay with that. That's fine.
Okay.
That's good.
That's
Okay.
a big ticket.
You're on.
Well, all drinks for the person or for the dinner?
For the dinner.
or the whole dinner.
Is that a big thing?
For everyone.
No, just me and
Holy
you.
shit.
Oh, okay. That's what I was.
Oh yeah, no. If there's more people there, no, it's just between me and you. Like
Okay.
I'll pay your bill, you'll pay my bill.
Yeah. Okay. We'll
Yeah.
do that. I'm in.
Okay.
Yep. We'll shake on it, or we shook on it. It happened. So there you go. Yeah.
Video proof.
Hold on.
Ready?
Let's go to the front screen.
Okay.
I'll shake.
Shake.
Nice.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
We did it.
Wow.
Okay, we did it.
We did it. That happened.
Man, my hand is warm. Is it warm?
Yeah, it's
in
really
Texas?
awkward. That was my hand. It's sweaty and stuff. Anyways,
I think the word you're looking for is cheesy.
maybe so.
His hand's
Yeah.
cheesy.
Maybe so.
All right.
So Shannon,
Can
what Zeke? What's up? What do you want to talk
No,
about?
I was just wondering if we're gonna switch topics yet.
Well, yeah, we're switching topics, but I don't know where to go because, like Shannon, we kind of talked about the new job. I kind of want to talk about the ARC thing.
That's exactly what I wanted to switch
Dude,
topics to
yes.
because I know
Yeah.
we all have strong feelings, including Shannon.
Yeah, well, including Co. I think.
Well, Cole was in it.
Yeah. Well, but I also think he has very strong feelings about the teaming aspect, which I think will be a topic of discussion as well.
I'm sure. Yeah.
But for those that don't know, over the weekend on Saturday, there was a 5-hour event put on by ARC called Survive. Was it Survive the ARC? Was that the name of it?
Yep. Survive the Ark.
Survive the
Yep.
ARC, which was, if you've ever seen like the Hunger Games or the Survivor Games, the Hunger Games Battle Royale, it was that 5 hours long, put on by the devs themselves. And for my interest, I think it was the best one ever done. By a large margin. I think it was a fucking fantastic 5-hour watch. The only thing that was shitty about it, in some facets, was the fact that there was teaming, but that was not controlled by the devs. That was just players being players and wanting to win money. So I guess I'm okay with it at the end of the day. I think we just lost Shannon again, but yeah.
Oh man, damn it.
What a fantastic event through and through. And we'll let Co speak last because I think me and Zeke can have similar views. So Zeke, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was fucking fantastic. I watched it like I was entertained the entire way through. I had like 4 streams open at any given time. I was sad that I wasn't in it, but I was glad that I could watch the whole thing because I had like all the streams open. I hosted it. Like start to finish, it was exciting. Like watching people build up, watching people strategize, watching people like come upon other people and go like, hey, you want to team up. And stuff like that. It was just drama all the way through. And I agree with you. It was the funnest event like that I've ever watched.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. What did I think about it? My stance is this. People are saying teaming up is against the spirit of the game. I don't give a shit. It's not against the rules. It's not against the rules.
Yeah, there
like
was
if it's
no rules.
against if it's against the rules, that's one thing. Make them go away. Like that's or whatever. Penalize them, kick them out. I don't care. It's not against the rules. There's no specific rule saying like don't team up.
Right.
I mean, it's like it was supposed to be and completely ripped off the Hunger Games. Which is, it's fine. I wasn't, I'm not upset about that. But I'm just saying, like,
that's your point of contention.
No, that's what the Hunger Games, like, that's what these Survivor shit I would think is all about. Like, I'm surprised there wasn't more fucking backstabbing. I'm surprised, like, people weren't like, all right, let's team up. And then they just fucking destroyed the other people.
Yeah.
Like, when their backs was turned, like, on, like, their team speaker or whatever they had. Like, all right, you ready? All right, we're going to double team this guy, and then we're going to double team this guy. Like, on their tribe. Like, okay, we'll team up with you. And then on the side where they were like, all right, let's kill him. I'm sure that was like happening, but I was surprised there wasn't more of it, but I wasn't mad about it. That wasn't, I mean, the thing that I thought was the biggest pile of bullshit was, it was explained to me like, or they said, they talked about it later on in the event, the people that were the announcers or whatever you want to call them. They were like, yeah, you should have a dinosaur by now and you should be on its back. But like the dinosaurs falling from the sky,
yeah,
fall damage killing. And I'm not saying that because I'm friends with any of these guys, which I am. But I'm just saying, like, fall damage from the sky.
It's a lame way to die.
That's fucking horrible. I thought
I
that
laughed
was, like,
really hard when
bullshit.
when Sacriel died because the Spinosaur dropped from the sky
Fell on his
fell
head.
on Sacriel.
Like, I was like, what the fuck? And it was like, it's just like, it's so deflating. It's like, you spend all this time to have, like, basically a rock fall on you. It's like, come on, man.
Which I think is like, if you think about it, that is the spirit of Battle Royale, the original movie. That is the stupid shit that happened in that movie, right? Like, there was traps. But the fact of the matter that was not like a set trap. It was just a freak accident of this thing falling and landing on top of Sacriel. So I don't think
this was not like a cleverly laid plan by some other person. It was like,
I wish it was
oh,
so bad.
Shit! Game over.
Yeah.
It's like they just like pulled the plug on it. Like, God damn it! I would be fucking salty about that. If that happened to me.
I know you would. That one part of me was glad that I wasn't in this because it was so much fun to watch, and I was very salty. I think me and Zeke both were. We were joking about it on Twitter the night before, but it was a complete treat to watch. So with that in mind, let's talk with who's actually played in it. Yeah, and Shannon's back.
Yep, you're back.
I'll move this.
Yep.
But talk to us. We're watching your footage here of you playing.
Yeah, now, first of all, from running a tournament perspective, I have never been in a smoother environment. All the coordinators knew exactly what they were doing. They were running the TeamSpeak perfectly. There was barely any delays. The server never went down. The server never was. It had a few slowdowns, but nothing major at all. Yeah. The fact that game mode, they were showcasing a game mode that wasn't even released yet, and it worked like that, was mind-blowing to me.
Yep.
The fact that the arena worked how it meant to, the kill displays were incredible. All of the balancing and everything kind of really worked. There was no like overt way to do things properly. Everyone was kind of feeling it out. It was really, really well done. And I think that's why, afterwards, when all the casters were kind of in this one giant chat room in the TeamSpeak, I didn't hear a single person say they didn't want to come back. Like the question that everyone kept asking is, oh, when are we doing this again? When are we doing this again? Like what's we need, like, this is awesome. We want to keep going. And the art guys were just extremely thankful. And what was funny is they kept acting like, oh, we're sorry about the problems that happened and all this stuff. And we were like, dude, you guys did great. Like, of course there were going to be problems. And, they pointed out that the teaming was a big issue. However, they that has its own, not that it was wrong, it was just clearly an issue, especially if you were looking at the chats and stuff. Yeah. Also, they had talked about the dino drops and that kind of stuff. And, but anyway, going on to the stuff that we kind of started talking about here, the teaming. Now, there's two ways to approach this. The first one is the spirit of the game, just like you said. And then there is reality, which is every battle royale and the H1Z1BR, Armored BR, all that stuff. And when it comes down to it, there's two really important things that I think happened and people should have known about that caused this fiasco. First of all, the team of 6, which everyone knows about, not only are they all great people, but they checked beforehand if that kind of thing was okay. Like they looked in the rules. They confirmed, like, okay, we can do this. This is not, just like Zeke said, this isn't against the rules. This is what we can do. But the issue was the art guys didn't really talk about that. In fact, during the cast at one point, the ARC guys were saying that they had to stop the team of 6, and they had to they were like saying like they were saying that we have to stop them, and this is ridiculous, and we're falling around the whole time, and that caused this really weird, like, is it okay? Is it not okay? Is this not how it's supposed to work? And it just kind of made this weird situation. So they actually brought me on for an interview, and I actually say during the thing, like, the teaming was kind of a big deal. There was, and at one point, like, if you watch on my stream, it was just me, and everyone had a beam of light on their head, and I'm stuck between the coast and 5 or 6 beams just like moving towards me in this slow mass, and I'm sitting here like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Like there's 6 people. Like, this has ruined the game for me personally. But here's the thing, I was playing
Just like, like we were saying earlier, I wasn't playing this like a survival game. I was playing this just like a game. And I was like, okay, well, they want us in pairs of 2, and let's pretty much kill everyone. At one point, we found a team, and we found another team, Bike Man and his, and we were like, hey, you want to team up and kill the teamers? But then Sack and Ello got killed in that really bad way, and then we broke our team up, and I ended up killing one of them. But at the same time, it's, if I really wanted to win, I would have done exactly what the team of 6 did. It wasn't against the rules, gave them a clear advantage. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them. But I mean, they trained hard. Like when we were talking afterwards in the team speak, dude, they trained for days. They had waypoints. They had like all this stuff set up. They had buzzwords and call-outs. They put so much effort into that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if you're going to do that kind of thing, go ahead. My biggest feedback to all of this, and I know I'm roboting like hell apparently. My biggest feedback to all of this is when the ARC guys do this again, they should do one of 2 things. Either say, look, everyone that's watching understand there's all sorts of back-end teams going on. Deal with it. It's part of the game. Or they need to go to all the participants and say, look, we're going to put stuff in the game so you don't know each other. We don't want you working together. We're going to make everyone a default body. We're not going to let you have any global chat in game. We're not going to let you talk to each other in TeamSpeak. You'll have what you're going to take away names except in your team. You have no clue, and you won't be able to communicate with anyone else in game. The ARC guys could have taken away teaming if they wanted to. End of story. And if they do another tournament, maybe they'll do that.
I would have loved to see like the names taken off of everybody. That would have been great.
Well, a big thing is they left
except within the tribe.
On. They left the in-game global chat on, so we could all talk to each other. And like if you look in the in-game global chat, like at one point, Crass Kitty, who made it really far, she did great. She was lost at one point and coordinating with her team of 6 in the global chat about where to meet up and stuff. And it's like if they would have not been able to do that, that could have totally changed the dynamic.
That's
but
pretty funny.
The short answer is I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, so I'm going to wrap up. The last ARC tournament, teaming, just like Zeke said, no rules against it. Totally fine with it. However, me personally, I felt it would have been more fun without it, but it's totally up to the ARC guys to make that happen. They need to be the ones to say, this is how you play the game. This is our tournament. This is how we want you to play it. And until they do that, no one can really talk badly about the teamers.
Yeah.
There's a $35,000 prize.
See,
that's a good reason.
No, they can, and that's what upset me. They can, and they did.
Yeah.
They were. I mean, the whole shame thing is it made me mad. I'm not mad, not really mad, but it like.
See,
don't. I mean, it's like. I don't know, man.
I think that's awesome. If I was the ARC people, or even the players. If the entire chat of 100,000+ people watching on this is stop the 6, I fucking won. I don't give a shit if I get last place in that. I've pissed off so many people in the tournament that I've totally won at this point. Like it does not matter to me. That's my look on it.
Again, though, the ARC guys were feeding that fire. Like the ARC guy, there's no question the announcers were feeding the stop. Like they were, we never talked about this and it was never made aware, but to be honest, it's almost like they were really wanting that to be a big thing. Like they were creating this kind of
totally.
atmosphere. So,
that's what we were talking about last week with Strippin on here is like the reason that both me and Strippin wanted to watch this thing. And I think one of the reasons it was so successful was because there was drama around the event. Like that's why it was awesome is because there was a team of 6. Was it fucking lame as shit to watch them like figure out who's going to get top 3? Yeah. But that's still fucking
I was watching
cool.
Zeke after that show, and he was making that exact same argument. He's like, "We're talking about it, aren't we?"
Yeah.
That we're talking about it. So there you go.
Yeah, whether that's a byproduct of the devs making that happen or it just happened on its own, it doesn't matter. Like we're still talking about it right now. The other thing too,
and I just picture that. I just picture like if it was me,
you'd be raging.
I'd be like wiping my tears off with like the money. Be like, shame on me, shame on me indeed. I'm so sorry. Blowing my nose at $100 bills and shit. And I would probably be doing that.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
And here's the thing: they call it survival of the fittest for a reason. Like it's a survival sandbox game, and in that kind of game, there's no rules inside the arena. You just do whatever you can to survive. So personally, for me, even if it might not be like the most fair, quote unquote, or the most necessarily entertaining for some people's perspectives to watch that, I kind of commend it because in a way it's like, hey, you were resourceful and you did whatever you could to try to survive to the end. That's kind of the point of the game. So,
I don't think fair should even be in that statement. If fair,
Yeah.
fair. Entertainment, sure, that's up for opinion. But fair, like, fair is in the rules. If it's in the
Yeah.
rules, it's fucking fair.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I feel like, and we actually had that all the time back when I used to staff the Survivor games for DayZ. Every single Survivor games, pretty much, we would have teaming up. However, it was never that many people. Or sometimes we'd have like a partner die, like when Summit's partner died, and he teamed up with Dimitri. That was completely unexpected, and everyone cheered them on. And I think that kind of freedom to just make sort of a gentleman's agreement, that kind of like organic, like how things come out in game, that's really neat. So I wouldn't really necessarily want to staunch it, but that's just me. And I can respect both ways of seeing it. So, if they want to go the battle royale way of no teams at all, cool. If they want to go more of like a sort of sandboxy style and allow teams, or maybe just allow a certain number as a max, maybe, I don't know. I'm cool with whatever, but I wasn't going to be angry at the salt and chat and all the shames and everything. Because, Twitch chat gonna Twitch chat. So
Right.
True.
Right.
it's what it is.
Honestly, I would love to see the two extremes at this point. I would love for the Ark guys to host like a survival of the Ark, and then on a wood plank under it, it's like Backstabber edition. And then they do like another one where it's like Survive the Ark, and it's like shows a guy with a top hat, and it's like Honor edition. It's like they like, or what, honor code edition or whatever. What is it called? Honor code? Whatever it's called. But they're like shit, I can't remember the name. But anyway, it'd be cool to see like both extremes. Like one where you have to follow the rules, and one where it's just like you do whatever the hell you want.
Two things. First, I like that the guy that tamed the most dinosaurs won. Like the team that tamed the most dinosaurs won, right?
Yeah.
That I thought that was totally within the apropos of the situation. The guy he had like a whole menagerie, which I thought was awesome. Now the second thing is, I love that idea code. There's a social experiment that people do or that I did in college where you have four groups of people, and you send representatives in, and if you both agree, you both give thumbs up, you get a B. If one gives a thumb up and one gives a thumb down, then both of you get F or something like that. And it's like, and if both of you give a thumbs down, you C, you get a passing grade. If you both get a thumbs up, you get an A. And that's like, or stuff like that. And it's like, you can screw the other person by agreeing to something and saying no, but if they do the same thing, then you both fail, like that kind of thing.
Dude, that would be sick if the devs like had a private comms to one of the team members, and it's like, if you kill your teammate right now, we'll give you $50.
It sounds like Prisoner's Dilemma. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, what
that
are
type
you
of show would be
describing?
amazing.
But yeah,
Drama generator. I like that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If you kill your teammate right now, we'll donate $2,500 to charity.
Yeah, or you get the crowd, involved, and you get side bets where like people can donate into the tournament for like a small pool to be made for like maybe the people that have the two biggest animals betray each other, and you get in both their heads or something like that. I'd totally be in to watch that shit. I don't know how you engineer that. It's a lot of work and effort to do that, but I'd totally watch it.
The game maker did that in Hunger Games, like in the book.
Yeah,
at the end he said, "Oh no, we're gonna revoke that. You can win with your teammate. Now you have to like kill each other." And they were just like, "Screw you. We're just gonna eat poison berries."
Yeah.
And I think there was actually.
Thanks. I haven't seen that movie yet, for the record.
Really?
Thank you, Shannon. I
Really?
really have not seen it. Yeah.
There you go.
Dude, it's
If you
like
haven't seen it yet, you're not gonna see it. So shut up.
Yeah.
I guess not now.
But yeah, I mean, there was actually a lot of whispers of that in that team of 6. They were joking that if they were told to split up at all, then they would just all refuse and eat narco berries or something like that. It was something weird that they were kind of making like a parallel to the movie and book, whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Oh,
yeah,
well.
Shut up.
Two of my favorite things, the fact that they... Jesus, the fucking trees in this game are so stupid sometimes. The fact that they put up like the giant picture of the person on the side of the wall and had a cannon go off, just fucking amazing. Like, I've wanted something like that since the very first Survivor games, and they had it in here right from the start. Didn't even promote it at all. It was just a thing, and it was awesome. Like, that was so cool to see. And you would see it on everyone's stream too. Like when it would happen, everyone's mouse would look straight to that to see who died. I thought that was fucking awesome. The other thing too, we were talking about this last week. I was so happy that for the most part, except for maybe Anthony, the 6 people that won the money were very small streamers. All of them. I thought that was fucking awesome that they were the ones that got the money. Because, like, I'm not going to lie. If someone, if Cohh got that money, I'd be like, I would hope that goes to a charity. That's not, I would put that on Cohh. I would honestly publicly put that on Cohh. It's up to him to do whatever he wants with the money, but, like, fuck,
well,
man.
after you get it, though, after you actually get the monty and wipe your tears away.
Yeah, for
then
sure.
you give it to charity. It's like, here you go, orphans, tear-stained money.
Yeah. So, but for Apollos and Dark
I wasn't
Dolphin,
supposed to spend it on strippers and blow.
yeah, exactly. you do your like fake your funny thing with the money, and then you give it to charity afterwards.
I think there was a few of the big streamers, including Chris and Anthony Kongfan. I'm not sure if there was more, but I'm pretty sure there was. Like, I just can't remember who were like, yeah, you know, if we win, we're going to give at least half or this much to whatever. And
yeah, I saw there was
give all the
something like
stuff
that.
away. Yeah.
But yeah, Apollos and Dark Dolphin were the 2 winners. They both got $10,000, which is fucking insane. And then ES Game and Pedro Sultana both got $5K, and then Anthony and Sparrow Journey both got $2,500.
So awesome, man.
It's really cool. It's really cool to see that.
I really wanted Wish to win.
Yeah. What place
Sorry
did she?
about
Like, actually,
that.
I'm wearing her
Yeah.
shirt right now. I don't know if you're in chat, Wish, but there's your shirt.
What place did she end up getting?
Yeah, I was really sorry about that, Shannon.
Yeah.
did you kill Wish?
Hey, yeah, it was you who killed her, wasn't it?
Nice.
Oh, you and I.
Nice.
You need
So
to have some
basically,
fucking words,
what
yeah.
happened was, in the main starting area, everyone was like yelling and making ridiculous sounds over their voice. So I turned my voice off. And then when we encountered Wish in the wild, I'm all yelling over voice, like, "Come on, Ulala, let's stab her!" And I'm going there stabbing her, and I'm seeing the mic thing over her head, and not really processing what's going on. So then I stabbed her in the face, and at that point, Ulala was like,
In the face.
She wanted to team with us. Why'd you do that? And I was like, oh.
Nice. You also took out Bikeman, right, Cohh?
I did take up
Yes.
Bikeman. Yeah, what happened? It was kind of interesting with Bikeman because me and him,
Like, he went for you, didn't he? He started it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. Like, what happened was we were kind of quasi-allied to take out the team of Sacraheim because they had teamed up with Fairlight and the other guys. So we were going to team with Bikeman and them, go kill them, and then do like a gentleman's like 20 paces and then just start killing each other.
Totally saw that. That was
But what
so
happened
awesome.
was then the Dino drop TM happened, and apparently, like I think they talked about it afterwards in the team speak. Sakura was already low on health, and Elo and Sakura were right next to each other. So when both the dinosaurs dropped, they immediately attacked, and like Sakura ran from his into Elo's, so it just bit his face off, and then Elo was right next to 2 of them, so they just turned around and bit his face off.
So
and I
funny.
think they were like encumbered at the time, so they couldn't run. Like, it was just a massive. But so they both
Are you
both
talking about
died.
the Spinos that dropped on their heads?
Yes, the Spino drops. Or
Okay,
whatever.
that's a whole.
Yeah,
no,
with this-
actually, what happened was, like, if you see Chris's VOD, it's literally he looks up, he sees feet, he's dead.
Yep.
That's it.
Oh, so
Yep.
he was low health. Like someone told
And
me, like
then-
it just landed and took 1 hit from him and he died. So the dinosaur falling on him did.
It fell on
damage?
his head. It fell on his head and killed him the second it landed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what me and
the
Zeke were
devs
talking
like
about.
said it was like one of the only issues that they actually had, and they apologized. And it was no big deal. Chris wasn't salty at all, but Elohim was like, "Dude, I got a chance to run away at least. Chris didn't." Elohim was so upset on behalf of Chris. It was the cutest thing. But yeah,
Well,
he,
Elo
like,
died like
Yeah.
seconds later, like
Seconds
less than a
later,
minute
yeah.
later, he was dead.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks. I thought it was but anyway, dude, those dino drops were so brutal. Every time they happened, like I was encumbered, so it just became a frantic, like, what can I drop? What can I drop? What can I drop? Like, run. It was horrible. But anyway, with the Bikeman thing, so when Sacril and Elo died, me and Bikeman and John all got together and we said, look, okay, we're gonna go down the beach that way. We're not gonna fight you right now, but next time we see each other, we're KOS. So then me and Ulala are doing our thing, and all of a sudden, Bikeman and John roll up and just start kicking our ass. It was
awesome.
terrible.
That's awesome.
And so I didn't even know it was them. Bikeman stabbing me in the face and like yelling at me in some language I don't even remember. And so I just started stabbing him and got lucky and got him dead first. But it was ridiculous. And then of course John starts screaming about, "We didn't know it was you. We didn't know it was you." And just runs into the forest, never to be seen again. That was interesting.
I love the event. I thought it was awesome. I can't wait.
was really-
Have they said anything about when they're going to try doing another one?
No, not
I
yet.
don't
But
know.
I gotta say, like at the end, like everyone was asking for more. Like
Yeah.
everyone basically said, "You give us the time and date, we will be
It
there."
was it was a great event.
It was
Uh,
fantastic.
Yeah.
I just,
It was. Go ahead.
if you're watching out there, I want to be in the next one.
Yeah, I'd love to be in it as well.
The guy who's because obviously the whole thing is supported by the ARC development team, but the guy who mainly takes care of running the at least front facing side of it, Jake, I was talking to him after, and I'm probably going to help out just a little bit, like not officially, but just give him a helping hand and whatever on the next one. I really think that they should adopt the system that Survivor Games used, which was to have like 3 or 4 events a year.
Yeah.
I think they could totally. I think
absolutely.
that
Well, the
like
thing-
one per season is a great amount of time in between each big amount of like cinematic drama and all that kind of stuff. I think that would be really good.
I also
They
feel like they could support more teams. Like, they didn't have all 75 slots filled this event, right?
They did, yeah.
Did they? Okay.
Well, 70 slots. Yeah,
Okay.
it was 35 teams, so they had every spot filled. Yep.
They could probably go up to 100. Like, I'm pretty sure the servers could support it. There was no server issues that I saw here at all.
Lag, yeah.
They're very much fine tuning. Like another
Yeah,
thing to
yeah.
consider is, that was supposed to be like a demo of their game mode. Games, I don't think are planning to be lasting 3.5 to 4.5 hours per. That's not really
Yeah, that's
feasible
true.
for most
Players, so like they've got a lot of adjustments to do. I think player size, how fast the ring drops, the team times and all that stuff, that's all still kind of in the air. They're still working on it. But they stressed at the end, they kept thanking us for the data we provided, because apparently this is one of the first times they were able to really analyze everything, and they were like, we've learned so much from this.
Yeah.
This is great. Thank you guys. So
A lot
it's
of people
good.
are
It's very
saying
positive.
it's too much money. All 75 people or all 100 people that were invited to it, honestly, we don't care about the money. None of us care about the money tied into that event.
Nope. In
We
fact,
were-
a lot of
No,
us,
no, yeah,
including myself, completely forgot about the money during it.
I
Yeah.
think
I
that
just
was something that was
completely
said
forgot.
in the TeamSpeak, because I ended up joining the TeamSpeak after the event was over, and all I heard was like, I think there was still 50 to 60 of the broadcasters in the channel,
Yeah.
and all I heard them say was just, you don't even need to give us a prize. Can you just run one every weekend? Can you just do
Yeah.
that, please?
Yeah, that'd be
please,
great.
just have one
Yeah.
every weekend. That'd be great. Thanks.
That'd be great.
So,
That'd be awesome.
yeah.
Great stuff. If you guys didn't watch that, definitely try to watch the next one. I'm pretty sure they have VODs. Every broadcaster that was in it still has VODs in their channels, and I think they have the official VOD up on their channel as well, so you can go watch the full 5 hours if you want to. It's a
That's
great
it.
event from start to finish.
That's the only thing I think they need to really, really focus on next time is I mean, besides obviously like clarifying the rules, but second would be the camera.
The main
of them.
camera? Oh,
the-
okay. I
The
didn't.
announcer's camera, because it was glitchy and it was all over the place.
Oh, okay.
And the trends, and I'm sure it's not fucking easy. I'm
Oh, yeah.
sure, of course, it's not fucking easy. But that was the only thing I was like, I wanted to watch it on my channel, but I was like, I couldn't, because they would freeze, the load time and stuff like that. The camera wouldn't be on like the action right away and that kind of stuff. And I'd miss stuff that was happening, so I'd watch a chat and say like, "Oh, this is happening," and then I go over to their channel and watch it rather than watch like the
Yeah, I was watching broadcaster perspective 100% of the time.
yeah.
But yeah.
I think that's one of the challenges with these kinds of live events too, especially since they're all broadcasted from home, like from everybody's home, is that the cameraman has the hardest job. Like, there's no way you're going to be able to like anticipate all of the action, get to it fast enough, especially if it's your first time doing it. And like, yeah, I just feel kind of bad that like they get a lot of shit, but it's hard to manage all of that 70 perspectives.
Yeah, that's a lot.
No, and I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying like
Yeah.
like the actual like load times with the cameras and that kind of stuff. And I don't fault them, man. This is their first time, and like JP and I said, we've said it many times before, this was the best event that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like of this
hands down.
nature. It was fucking awesome. They just nailed it. Just that was the only thing that I mean, if I was going to complain about one thing, that would be it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the even cooler part about that is there were issues. There were definitely issues. Things happened. There were unforeseen things, and it was still like a really fun, good event to watch. Like there was some stuff that happened on the back end that at a few times were really like, oh shit, they just smoothed them right over and kept the show rolling. Like
Yep.
it worked out really well.
They did a good
Yeah,
job.
but yeah, could they handle it like a baseball game, like with like 10 cameras?
That's a lot of work, but yeah, they could.
Yeah,
They could.
they could. They
yeah.
could have a dedicated person for each camera.
Well,
Just
that's what I'm
filming,
saying.
like, one-
They could
yeah,
just pick
that'd be a good idea.
volunteers out of the community. Like, if I wasn't playing, you damn right I would be doing that. I'd be like going to like zooming my camera all over the place.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a great idea. Let people sign up to be spectators. That is a damn good idea, dude. That's
Hell yeah, and
just
then
for
have someone
advertising
watching all of them and go like, all right,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna go like just like a fucking show. Like
Battle
we're gonna go to
Royale.
camera 2, camera 7.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, no, wait. They actually have a producer for this event, Zeke. Yeah, that's the goal. That's what I'm saying. Like that would be the best case scenario is if you had that. The fact of the matter is they were in like the Twitch studio, which
Yep.
has like one. I think it was Adam Contini, who we both know was running everything. So yeah, I don't. They would have to build out the entire thing for it. Which, to be honest, the
Yeah.
art guys have the money to do so. If they want to build the studio like that, you could definitely do that.
How
Get in there
active
and art.
are they?
Art right now. Come here and art for me. Come here
Can we
and
just
show for me now.
can we seriously just
me.
stop for a second and appreciate how frigging active the ARC devs are with their community?
Yeah,
That
that's
they are
good.
doing it right. Hey, every single developer out there who has a multiplayer game and you want to be big on Twitch, take friggin' notes from ARC because they
Yeah.
are doing everything right now.
They're
Like
doing a
they
good
are
job.
super active on social media. They're in every single like major streamers or even some of the smaller streamers chats to like talk to them, answer questions. They take feedback and immediately push out a build like within days sometimes of like the stuff that people have been asking for. Nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Yep. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about Gamescom. We only got about 30 minutes left in the show. There's been a ton of news coming out of Germany, although a lot of it is somewhat rehashed from E3. I was up last night at 4 a.m. fucking watching the EA conference for some reason. That was really stupid of me to do, but I watched it, and they showed some new Battlefront footage, which is like a flying mode. It's a fighter squadron mode, so it's all air-to-air type fights, which looks pretty cool. And then yesterday they had Microsoft's conference where they showed some new stuff. They showed Crackdown 3. Were you a big fan of Crackdown at all, Zeke? Did you ever play that?
Never played it.
Okay. It's basically
Is it
an
up my alley?
I don't know. It's an open world game where you collect things, but there's also a lot of destruction through your own means. So if you're into like blowing shit up, then maybe. The third one looks pretty cool. Oh my god, we got Co's.
Holy
camera
crap.
working.
Hey, Co.
It's working. We did it.
There we go.
We did it, Reddit.
We did it, Reddit. They showed new Dark Souls 3 trailer. I think 16 minutes of footage came out. That was about 5 hours ago. I haven't watched that yet.
Oh yeah, I don't want to spam up. Can you put it in the Skype chat, buddy?
Yes.
If there's a video of that, because I haven't seen it yet, and one of those
also-
things. It was like 5 times I reminded myself, oh, I gotta watch it. I'll go
Yeah.
watch it, and then I didn't.
It's got the boss fight in there.
Thank you.
What else? What else did they show? Oh,
Dreadnought released a new trailer.
Oh, did they really? Was that at Gamescom? I haven't seen that yet. Did they have a release date tied to that? What was in the trailer? Just gameplay?
I didn't see the very end, which is where they would have announced it. But yeah, it kind of breaks down the different classes of the
Okay.
different ships you can do, like Corvette and Cruiser and stuff like that.
Cool.
It goes over some of the game modes. And dude, oh my lord, the FPS in the video is so sexy. It
Dude.
looks so.
I don't want to talk too much about this, but YouTube's new players, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good when you're watching shit on 1080p 60.
Dude, just saying they're bringing the competition. Looking
Yeah.
forward to see what the rebuttal will be from
I have
certain
a
other
question.
parties.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
a question. The
What's up?
YouTube player, is it one of those things where you have to like, you're in a certain region and you get it? I'm not
Maybe,
sure if
I don't
mine
know.
looked any different today. I was
It
trying
should be
to
all-
find out if I had
It's all
the new
black and
player.
it's like translucent.
Okay.
It's got a
looks-
weird
you'll
spin
notice
on
it right off the bat if you go to YouTube.
Maybe I've had it for a while then because my player changed a long time ago.
They might have, yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
They might have been
crazy.
rolling out region wide. I don't know. I
Neat.
saw it first this week, like 2 or 3 days ago.
Okay.
It looks real good. What else did I see? The new Metal Gear Solid 5 trailer came out. That looks fucking cool. Not very Konami though, or sorry, not very Kojima though. It has no essence of Kojima in it whatsoever. If you've ever seen any of the old Metal Gear Solid trailers, where they have like it ends like 5 times, and they keep like adding more and more at the very end. There's none of that. This is just a straight up like this is the gameplay trailer, but it looks great. I'm definitely psyched for that game. The new WoW expansion is going to be announced tomorrow morning, so I think Tally's going to be going crazy for that. I think that's like at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. Eastern. So people are super stoked for that. Last night at 1 o'clock Eastern, the Final Fantasy 15 trailer came out, and it's probably the dumbest fucking thing I've ever
Oh,
seen.
sorry.
No, did you watch it, Zeke? Did you even see it?
No, I heard Final Fantasy 15.
You were like this as well last week. Dude, the trailer and I can't show it on stream because it's YouTube and they probably just flagged the video, but it's literally 3 minutes of a father holding his son, and the camera is just shifting around it, and that's all it is. There's nothing shown.
How many times did you watch it?
Once.
How many times did you watch it?
I watched it once, and then a second time
you did?
to be like, what the fuck did I just watch? Because it makes no sense. It's completely pointless.
This is the Final Fantasy 15 trailer?
Yeah, 15, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But it was already known. Like, it was announced, like, Final Fantasy 15 was announced 3 years ago. Like, before even Final Fantasy 13-2 was out, I think. They were showing stuff for this. And they've gone back so many times and, like, redone a lot of shit. And so, like, the running joke, the trailer starts out with, like, 15 years ago. And so the running joke was, like, this game was announced. That was all everyone was saying. It was pretty stupid. New Overwatch hero was revealed. I haven't looked at this. Lucio. I haven't seen that at all.
Has anyone seen the Deadpool trailer movie
Yes,
thing?
I watched that last night.
How is it? I haven't seen it.
It's really good.
Awesome.
I'm super psyched.
Dude,
for
the
that movie.
game sets a high bar.
You like
Holy
that game that
shit.
much?
I thoroughly enjoyed the Deadpool game.
Wow.
Like the fourth wall breaking, the overall, like the amount of just ridiculous, like it was a great game. I was really blown away by it.
I know a couple people that like that, but never heard someone like go crazy over it like you are. So
I mean, it wasn't the best game ever.
Sure.
The gameplay itself was pretty repetitive, but I mean,
Did you like it? You're crazy.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
yeah,
totally.
you
That's
shouldn't
great.
like
stuff
this.
he did. Some of the levels, man, are worth playing it alone.
Yeah.
Like they do some really fun stuff in that game.
Yeah, I got maybe like an hour or two into it. And I think I ended up stopping, but maybe I'll
I
revisit
just own it and I never played it.
Well, they removed it from Steam for a while. You couldn't buy it for like the past 4 months.
I have it on PS4 or PS3.
Oh, you got it on
Wait,
PS3.
what? Why, JP?
I forgot what the reasoning was. I think it just disappeared from Steam, honestly, and then it showed back up about a month ago. That's what that was. What else was there? There was some other. I'm trying to think what all was shown.
Like Just Cause. Did you talk about?
Oh yeah,
that?
there's the new Just Cause
Mirror's
3
Edge?
trailer. Mirror's Edge
Yeah.
2 was shown last night. Just Cause 3 looks fucking. Just what a fucking game that's gonna be. I can't wait.
I cannot fucking hear the title of that game without hearing fucking Yahtzee from
Oh, I love him.
Situation going like just cause.
Oh.
Why are we putting out another game? Just cause.
I don't hear that at all. I don't hear that at all.
Every fucking time that game is said. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
People are talking about Mafia 3. I've not seen the trailer for that. That was published when I
neither.
was asleep.
Ooh,
People are
yeah,
going
that one's
crazy
gonna
for
be.
that,
Dude,
though.
Mafia 2 was awesome.
I never played those games. I know their existence and I've seen them played, but I never got into it myself.
I played Mafia.
I got
1,
donated
that was it.
Mafia and Mafia 2 like in one of my first months or couple months of streaming by one of my mods,
Yeah.
and I just never played it. And then only I think just 5 or 6 months ago I picked it up,
Yeah.
and it was really like
good?
it was a lot better than I expected. I thought it was just going to be kind of normal and generic. It's pretty damn well done.
Nice. What else? Oh, Scalebound had footage yesterday at the Microsoft conference. It honestly looks weird. Have you guys seen any of that footage? It's from Platinum Games, the people who made like Bayonetta and all that stuff. And Scalebound is, I think they're touting it as like an action RPG, and you have control of a giant dragon as well as your character who's like using a sword and stuff. But then they announced co-op in it. I don't know.
Whoa! You had me at dragon. What?
Yeah, he rides around a giant dragon that you can control in the sense of like,
Sweet.
dragon, go fight that, or go smash that.
That
It looks
sounds
all right.
awesome.
It looks pretty cool. I'm trying to think. What else did they announce yesterday at Microsoft? Oh my! They had.
Speaking of which,
Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
or just real quick while we're on this kind of like news headline thing, JP Zeke or Shannon, what are you guys using as your main kind of place to get info on GamesCom? Announcements, new videos, links. Like, what's your go-to site for that stuff?
Honestly, Twitter.
Twitter's pretty good.
Yeah.
I
That's
use.
like the first thing I'll go to just to see like, okay, this next segment just happened, but I was away walking my dog or something. So I'm just going to quickly check Twitter to see what everybody was freaking out about. Because if my friends are freaking out about it, chances are I'm going to care about it. And then I'll go read news sites.
Yeah.
So non-traditional media.
I'm using.
I know-
Go ahead, Zeke.
I know this is dumb, but I use this show.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, that's why I don't like. I'm not really like hounding out new shit because I know that JP and you will be here with it, and I'll just get it from the horse's mouth, as it were.
Yeah. I use multiple things. So I use Reddit's. Our Games is pretty good. They're not that quick just because of how things fluctuates on Reddit, but they're a pretty good source. NeoGaf is a big one for me. I'll always go to NeoGaf and like look at the big threads there. And then most of the time I also use Giant Bomb, giantbomb.com, which is they're more community focused, but they do a lot of like video driven content there, and they'll post a lot of the trailers as well. But for the most part, like for like up to date news, I use NeoGaf.
On the Twitter thing, I just had a Epic Harbinger for my chat suggest PC Gamers Twitter. I just stopped by, and it's just like headline.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually looks like a great resource.
The right Twitter accounts, you'll just get constant updates, and so you could even if it's something that's really active too, you could just put it as a column in your tweet deck, and then you could just have one section that'll just show you everything at once. So, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Also, Wario64 on Twitter is like one of the best accounts to follow.
Dude, I'm scrolling down this PC Gamer thing. I had no idea there was Mountain Blade 2 information. Lay siege to castles, craft weapons.
I skipped over that because it's not that important.
Dude, really?
To me. Yeah, it's Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord GamesCom gameplay video was announced. That was 8 hours ago. Here, you want the link to it?
Really cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
you've already
please.
got it. You've already got it. What else? WoW announced it's down to 5.6 million subs. People lost their fucking shit about that. I don't really care.
That's
5.6.
Well, trend-wise though,
it's right on the curve.
Down.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
It's right on the curve going down.
The number, it's the trend.
Yeah. The thing that everyone flipped out about is because they're like, oh my god, they were at 10 million subs on the launch of Warlords of Draenor. They dropped almost 5 million subs. It's like, well, yeah, that's fucking. They're still following the trend of just MMOs going down. The fact of the matter is, 5.6 million subs. If any other game company had that, it'd be celebrated to the fucking moon. Like, that is still a gigantic number.
Oh, dude,
for a monthly
10,000
service game.
subs is like an unachievable milestone for many of the MMOs.
Yeah.
How long has WoW been around?
A very long time.
How many years?
11 years?
A very long time. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
Well, do you picture the WoW guys like sitting on their golden fucking llamas, like smoking cigars made out of $100 bills, going like, "Well, it was a good run, boys."
2004.
Like fuck, like seriously, like
no, Zeke, I don't at all because they're announcing a brand new expansion tomorrow. And it's going to spike that number right back up. It won't probably surpass 10 million, but it'll go back up to like 7.
That's kind of a really interesting thing to think about, Zeke. Because what that means is it's like there's absolutely nothing that could stop WoW from more expansions, more work. It's like they could run that game into the ground.
They're going
but if it's still making money, you have to keep
it's one of
putting out
Blizzard's
expansions and stuff.
biggest cash cow, 100%. It's making that company money year after year. A shit ton.
It almost gets to be like an albatross at one point where you're just like, yeah, we got this thing we have to develop.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we can't really stop making it. We got to keep releasing expansions. It keeps making money.
Well, I just pictured they're like Walter White with that storage unit full of money.
Yeah.
It's like, I tried counting it, I tried weighing it, but like there's too much fucking money. I don't know what to do with all this shit. And it just keeps coming in. What do I do?
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. I wonder how bad it's gonna get. It's gonna be like World of Warcraft expansion 32, the Pepsi Challenge.
Well, they were still putting out EverQuest stuff, and that's been out even longer. So like, EverQuest 1 expansions. That is.
When you pick up something like
EverQuest 1 is still going and still releasing expansions.
I just imagine like this legendary sword brought to you by McDonald's. Just like it has a big like Mickey D logo on it. It's red and yellow. And just like,
Dude, a new mount is like a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
The thing is, you'd have people buying it immediately.
Yeah,
that's the funny part.
Oh, of course.
The other funny part too is like they're making so much money. A lot of people think that Blizzard is like in a bad spot. World of Warcraft makes more money than like 90% of the games out there, and then they have Hearthstone, probably the most successful game right now in the world when it comes to making. They put out a fucking $60 pack to pre-order the pack. You can't even open it. You pay $60 and you can't do anything.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. You can't open it, look at cards.
You can't do anything with it.
That's why I didn't buy anything yet.
I bought it and it's just sitting in my fucking inventory.
That's why I come to Drop Frames to learn this shit, because I was sitting there going, oh, Oh, I want to click you so bad.
Yeah, and you know how much money they probably made off that? It was probably it went live and probably made $100 million.
You pre-order the packs. What if that's fucking genius?
Yeah, and you get a back for it, a card back for pre-ordering.
No, what's crazy to think about is that Hearthstone wasn't even one of their big like cash cows to begin with. Like it wasn't something that they put tons and tons of time and investment into.
It was a side project, right?
Yeah, it was something that was
a mobile
very
game right now. You can play it on the iPad.
You can play it on your phone. It's everywhere. It's fucking crazy.
It's amazing.
JP, and it's kind of funny on that note. It's like, oh, and what about Hearthstone? Well, it's not like they have a major competitive space, RTS that's being used for entire countries at this point as like a standard. It's like they could just fall back on that if they wanted to. It's almost like at this point they're like the Microsoft of gaming. They just do like all sorts of things all over the place. And if one part's totally failed, they'd have two other just amazingly successful. And it's ridiculous.
Just imagine like speaking of McDonald's, just imagine McDonald's says, "All right, we got a new recipe for our French fries, and we're gonna sell you the smell first. We're gonna box up the smell of the
Dude, it's
French
not even
fries,
the smell.
and we're going to send them to you.
What it is, we're gonna show you the card.
It's like one of those. Like,
here's
one of
the
those
fucking
airbags
carton that you can
use
buy
to like send shit. And you pop it like, oh my god. Oh, that shit is fucking fantastic. I can't wait to taste these fries.
Yeah, and then
Dude,
people in the chat, Overwatch as well.
Fries? That stuff is crack, okay? Like, you smell McDonald's fries, you have to buy a huge thing of fries and just eat them by themselves. That's how good they are.
And then we got Overwatch sometime this fall is probably more news. So.
Yep. And the hype for that, man, is just insane.
It's pretty through the roof, yeah.
I am so excited for that game. That's probably the only other thing I'm excited for other than Fallout 4. As if I didn't I thought that I had a capacity for how much excitement I can have, and all of it was Fallout 4. And then I realized Overwatch was also coming, and then all of a sudden I have more. So
I think that's gonna be my game. I think that's gonna be my like Fairlight with Ark, like Lyric with Daisy. I think that's gonna be my fucking game.
Overwatch.
You're gonna watch me with like
Overwatch.
15,000 viewers, right?
He's calling it. I'm
calling that.
Dude,
it's going to be a Zeke Overwatch are going to be associated.
There you go.
Dude, that game is going to be huge. The big thing about Overwatch that surprises me, and what's funny enough is I'm even in this camp too. A lot of players that didn't like Team Fortress 2 look or try Overwatch and they're like, I can get behind this. And it's kind of like even I can look at it and go, but they even look similar. Like they play similar, they look similar. But for some reason, I really like Overwatch, and I'm just not a big fan of TF2. And I keep hearing that over and over from people that didn't like TF2, but they tried Overwatch, and I could play this. I could really get behind this. It's a very strange thing. I don't know what about Overwatch makes it so kind of attractive, but it's going to be really exciting to see what happens on Twitch to it too. It's going to be huge.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Well, it hits a few points, doesn't it? Because not only is it multiplayer, but it's also dynamic gameplay. Like you can play any different character any way you want and like pick different powers, and then you can kind of just the team, the dynamic of the team is going to change it every round. So that means it's never the same thing over and over. It's always going to feel a little bit different with every passing game. So because of that, it's got a lot of replayability. It'll be big on Twitch for a while.
Oh,
calling it.
I didn't even know this, but the beta sign up is live on us.battle.net. So you can go.
I just want to point some out real quick. A lot of people in chat are kind of going, "Whoa, it's Blizzard! It'll be huge. Of course, it's Blizzard. It's Blizzard." Just saying, Heroes of the Storm could have been a lot bigger. Like it doesn't, just because it's got Blizzard on it doesn't mean it's going to be this massive success. And granted, if you think about how much they're pushing Heroes of the Storm and how much of a presence it has on Twitch and news and media, stuff like that.
ESPN2.
It really does.
Yeah.
But again, they pushed it to ESPN2 and it's still not even really like a household name. And they put that in bright lights on the marquee. You know what I mean?
Well, you knew it wasn't big because all the commercials were for Blizzard. Like Blizzard, they couldn't sell ad space.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But just saying, a lot of people kind of assume a lot of times, oh, it's Blizzard, it'll do well. Not always the case. A game still has to kind of carry itself. The Blizzard thing helps, don't get me wrong, and Blizzard's PR will be even bigger, but it still needs to carry itself. Or it won't, just rocket off into awesome.
The other thing that came from that Activision, and we'll move on, the Activision call yesterday was that Diablo 3 surpassed 30 million sales. So
Holy God.
It's in the top 10 highest games or best-selling video games of all time. The things that are above it are here. I could actually just show this, can't I?
Like like stuff like WoW counts, right?
Yeah, New Super Mario Brothers is 9. Wii Sports Resort is 8. They're things that you would think. Tetris is 35 at 7. Mario Kart Wii is 36. Super Mario Brothers 40. Grand Theft Auto 5 still at 52 million, which is fucking crazy to think about.
Oh,
Minecraft is at 70.
God.
Wii
Whoa.
Sports is at 82, and Tetris, the smartphone version, is at 100 million.
Wait, hold on.
Wait. Tetris?
Of course, yeah. Tetris is the biggest game of all time, without a doubt.
I didn't know it was that big. I knew it was going to be top 10, but I didn't think it was going to take 2 spots out of the top 10.
Yeah,
I
and
can get on
and
my
the-
phone right now and buy Tetris. Like,
think
is the
so.
original Tetris actually still around?
And the GDQ guy was
Yeah.
worried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, no one likes Tetris." It's like it's got 2 slots on the top 10 of all time.
Now, I don't know where he's getting. I should try to research these stats. This is from a Forbes article, so if I can take it for what it's worth. But yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
I can't believe Grand Theft Auto 5 is so high.
Dude, Grand Theft Auto
That's amazing.
sold
No,
like
I mean, I knew it was
fucking
like-
gangbusters, dude.
I knew it was huge, and I knew almost everybody had it, but I didn't think it would beat out, Mario Kart.
Yeah.
But
The
I
other thing,
guess
too,
it's
is-
not system not so I guess, yeah.
The other thing, not a lot of people realize that Wii Sports sold 82.69 million copies. It's the second highest selling game of all time.
Does it count when it's boxed
well,
with the
It
thing?
went out with the Wii, dude.
Yeah.
Like that was a default game with the Wii, and that was a huge console. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, so that didn't surprise me.
that's-
Mario Kart did
Yeah.
a little bit, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. Also coming out of Gamescom, they're going to be doing the thing that's crazy about Gamescom is it's a week-long event. So you're going to be getting like more news tomorrow and even the day after that. I think people are talking about we didn't spend too much time on the Star Wars Battlefront stuff. The thing that was announced is like a new game type. It's a fighter squadron mode. If you haven't seen the gameplay trailer, definitely go watch it.
Wait, what is this we're talking about?
Star Wars Battlefront.
Are they
Oh,
going to be showing more of Star Wars Battlefront, like over the next couple of days? Like, I feel like we
I don't
haven't
know,
seen.
maybe they
everything
showed
that-
a bunch in this trailer. Then there was like another side trailer as well at the end of it. That game's having
dude,
it looks
it's
great.
That's gonna be
Star
big,
Fox style.
Yeah, it's full on aerial combat, TIE fighters versus.
It's got the whole U-turns and the flips, and this is like,
yeah.
oh man, dude.
They said that
Yeah.
it's 12 on 12, and there's 20 AI I think also in the game or something like that. I remember. It looks great.
This looks.
There
like
are
TIE
some
Fighter.
people who will absolutely go nuts over stuff like that. And then I think that game mode is either a love or a hate, because you either absolutely love sims like that or you just can't get it, you can't grasp it, and you hate them. So I feel like it's one or the other. I
Yeah.
still think it's going to do amazing on Twitch, though, because everybody's
Oh
going
yeah,
to
it's gonna be massive.
Yeah.
Every
Dude,
Battlefield does well on Twitch,
the thing
and this
is-
is
Yep.
Battlefield plus Star Wars.
The thing is-
so it's like this. This is gonna be huge.
It has
Like,
nothing to do with any of
playing
that.
this game.
The reason it's going to be huge on Twitch is because it's coming out at the same time as the fucking movie. So like Star Wars Hysteria is going to be in
Yep.
every media everywhere.
That timing.
And then
They've done it
Battlefront's
right.
going to come out and they're going to be like, "Oh yeah, I guess I do want to play a Star Wars fucking game that's really good right now from the developers of Battlefield, which is an amazing
I gotta
game."
admit, dude, I'm watching this aerial trailer. This looks so much fun. I could play an entire game of just this.
Yeah.
Are you
This
guys
looks awesome?
any of you guys fanboys? Would you consider yourself fanboys Star Wars fanboys, I mean?
Yeah,
Not at all.
100%.
I'm not.
I am.
I'm a Trekkie. Like I don't
Oh,
know.
Trekkie,
I,
not
like,
a Trekker.
I would prefer to say Trekkie because I think it's cuter.
Yeah, 100% Star Wars.
All
fanboy.
right.
But I'm kind of just like a Marvel, almost maybe a Disney fanboy is a bigger topic. Or is
Oh,
it
Dude,
yeah.
a
I haven't
bigger
even
encapsulation?
seen the fifth and sixth Star Wars.
Really? Wait,
Nope.
like you mean the second and third?
The new ones.
Yeah.
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 I saw the original, like the 4, 5, 6, the original.
Oh,
the
yeah,
ones
and
back
you
in the
stopped
day.
after
And then
Yeah.
the-
Jar Jar.
the new-
Dude, I went back
You
and
know
watched
what?
those.
I haven't
Phantom
seen the,
Menace
the
was
latest two.
Toilet paper.
Haven't even
Like
seen 'em.
I'm not. I don't blame you.
Oh,
Phantom
come
Menace
on.
was
It
so
wasn't
bad.
that bad.
They're not
It
that
was
bad.
bad.
The third,
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't Star Wars caliber, but like you can't compare anything to the Holy Trilogy. You can't. You just
can't.
I think
can't.
it just felt cheesy. That's my problem with it. I just didn't
well,
like
it came
how
out.
cheesy-
Ewoks in the first
Ewoks
fucking
are
trilogy, and no
cute.
one shits on those guys anymore.
Ewoks are
Oh my
cute. Zeke,
God.
shut up.
Ewoks are cheesy and crap. They are the Jar Jar of the first trilogy. Now shut up.
But at least they have fur and they don't speak stupid. Oh, kind of. Okay, fair enough.
But here, on that note though, this is important to mention about the fanboy thing. I'm not even a big fan of Star Wars, but looking at the game, like there's no question that the game, like this is just back to the Blizzard thing about a game carrying itself outside of its genre or its message or its label. That's exactly what I feel like Star Wars is doing. Like it looks like a damn fun game. Like they could strip the Star Wars out of it. It still looks like it could be a lot of fun. You know, like that has no bearing to me. It's the game that looks cool.
I guess the best way is someone who's played it extensively, you're not wrong. That's like the most like it's great. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to
like those 3 words, man. You're not wrong. That's all we need to hear. We're good.
Yeah,
that speaks volumes.
I had so much fun.
JP.
I can't wait.
It's like, oh my god!
Oh, you guys,
you did get blood from a turnip.
They want to link to the
We can
video?
link that video in chat, right, JP?
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah.
It's the I think that's it right there. That Metacord, or just link it from yours, and then you'll get it. What? I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Man, if you guys want to watch something real fucking weird that happened yesterday during the Microsoft conference, during the Halo 5 multiplayer showing, game comes out on October 21st or whatever. So they brought 2 people that I guess acquaintances, Bravo, who used to be an MLG pro and now he works full time at 343, and Sims, who's a broadcaster I didn't know. They were on the stage, I brought him out, and they did a live shoutcasting as if they are esports shoutcasters over canned footage of Epsilon so-and-so, maybe just Epsilon, pro team in Halo, playing Optic Gaming. They did a live cast over canned footage of those 2 teams playing highlights. It was the oddest fucking thing I've ever... It was like 10 minutes long, and they were literally showing highlights from this match and broadcasting that as if it was a real match on stage. It was so fucking weird. The weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I think it would have been better if they had watched it beforehand. They did. Like Mystery Science Theater.
Oh, yeah.
Like Mystery Science Theater it up. Like watch it beforehand and then have like little cues like, I bet he's going to do this. Oh my God, I'm a fucking genius. He did that.
And make it funny. Yeah.
Well, and the other thing, they were reading from prompters too. Like,
was it meant to be funny or like
no? Like that's how it was presented, and they didn't talk about like anything new. Like, it was so weird because they didn't talk about the new stuff. They showed like a CTF match, and they weren't showing like, well, in Halo 5, some of the new stuff. It's like, oh yeah, he's carrying the and he scored, and that's a score for that team. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is not how you do esports, man. This is not a good showing.
Dude, it sounds like a presentation wasn't ready from the sounds of it.
I don't know. It looks super planned. You could not have done that if it wasn't rehearsed.
During the commercial break, they're like, we need someone who plays Halo and knows Halo. Just right now, real quick.
Yeah.
You come here. What's your name? Okay, get you up here. His name is blah blah blah. Put in the prompter now.
Yeah. That might have been the weirdest thing, but then last night during the EA conference, and I'm really pissed that the other thing, we talked about this in Skype earlier, Cobe, but
here we go.
Twitch didn't fucking let anyone stream this until like last night at 2 a.m. in the morning. They're like, oh yeah, if you guys want to rebroadcast anything on /Twitch, feel free. Come on, man. You got to give us a little bit more of a lead in than that.
Was it an issue of permission?
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. Like, maybe it was an issue of permission.
I didn't know we could do that.
Yeah.
The tweet was, let me read the actual tweet.
Yeah, the timing on that was very weird. Because like it's really cool that Twitch is letting us rebroadcast that stuff, and honestly, I hope that it becomes the norm.
It should.
I hope it gets to a point where Twitch just goes, you know what? If we're broadcasting on twitch.tv/Twitch, you can rebroadcast it. I really hope it gets to that point.
The tweet was on broadcasters, you can rebroadcast twitch.tv/Twitch content from GamesCom 2015 on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. All other content subject to DMCA, and that was 16 hours ago. So
I wonder if, like, I'm not involved in any of that stuff, and I'm still new, so I'm just like, oh, hey, meet this person. But I kind of wonder if maybe it was, like, they had to wait for permission from somebody, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. But the weirdest
thing... At least it did come in. I hope that it does eventually get to the point where it's just like, yeah you can just rebroadcast anytime you want.
They just have to talk to all the companies for that.
Well, dude, what they did with E3 was groundbreaking.
Yeah,
like, that was to see the amount of like just all of Twitch get drawn to one place, and like JP's drop frames coverage, like that stuff was crazy good.
It was good.
So But yeah, but like just it's great they're making the motion, but hopefully like I'd say we need at least a week of notice.
Yeah.
Like if they really
Yeah.
want to see people do stuff for this, we need at least a week, if not a
Yeah.
lot more. But again, it steps in the right direction. They're letting us do it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean that's awesome.
So-
we're all thrilled about that. That's cool.
Two final things. Weirdest thing ever. Last night.
You're gonna mention The Sims. Please mention The Sims.
The Sims.
Thank
so
you.
The Sims
this
4
is what
comes
we were
out.
Gonna go on about.
They talk
Okay.
about some expansion behind the. I forget what the fucking expansion subtitle is. Anyways, doesn't matter. Their tagline is like the tagline for Sims 4 is "You rule," as in a play on words like "you rule," like you're really cool, that type of saying, and also like you rule the Sims, like you're the ruler of you. You decide what happens within the Sims, right? And so the woman that comes out on stage, the person that comes out on stage says this, and at the very end she's like, "You know what? I feel like ruling right now." And then she claps twice. And all these fucking dancers just come out in the middle of the stage and just start fucking dancing to this I think it was Zed. Zed's song comes on and they're all fucking dancing around and then they just leave the room. And everyone's like, "What the fuck?" It was so bizarre.
Are you saying if I buy your game, this will happen?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was so bizarre. It was
I didn't
one of the
understand.
weirdest
Like,
things.
I mean, there's really cheesy gimmicks that people use on stage for things like that, and then there's something that's so it was that, but it was also just really confusing and hard to understand.
It was odd.
Like, what is this hashtag? Do I do this in game? Do I do this on my Twitter and then something happens? Like,
Yeah.
what? What is going on?
What was the
Why are there
hashtag?
people dancing? I don't know.
I think
The
it was hashtag
is,
you rule or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. They did a bunch of weird. They did like some social media stuff with FIFA, where if you tweet EA Sports FIFA or something like that, you can enter into win tickets to some two sports ball teams in Europe somewhere. You can like win a ticket.
I love sports ball.
It doesn't have fucking rocket cars in it, so I'm not interested at all. And that's what I kept tweeting last night. Mirror's
Dude,
Edge
I
2.
saw that so much on Twitter, JP.
Yeah.
After the FIFA announcement.
That's the running joke.
I saw that more than the actual FIFA announcement. People being like, "Oh, soccer without rocket cars? Pfft, wait me when it's over."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh yeah, they also showed Need for Speed. I guess it's just Need for Speed. They're taking fan votes on social media on which Porsche to build, and then they're gonna pick someone from all the social media, and if you win, they're not giving you the car. They're giving you a ride along in Vegas at some event in November, and that's it. You get a ride along in a Porsche. If you
In a ride in a car?
yeah, you get to ride in a Porsche.
In a couple
You're
of
a
months'
dog.
time.
They're treating you like a dog.
I was like, why aren't you giving the fucking car away?
Who wants to go for a ride in the car? You want to go for a ride in the car? Come here, boy. Come here, boy. You want to go for a ride in the car?
We
You wanna go
won't
outside?
even bring the spray bot.
You want to go outside?
It was funny.
I really hope there's dogs freaking out there.
It was weird.
I do that to my fucking channel all the time.
People in chat are very well. They're not too upset about that. Yeah,
No, I haven't got to
that
them
game
yet.
looks really
Couple
odd.
seconds.
They're using a ton of FMV in that game.
Can
It
you
looks so
imagine
bizarre.
getting to that event and they take you to like an airport and there's like you start at an orange cone and there's like another orange cone at the end of the of the runway and they're like, "Enjoy your ride."
Yep. They
That
didn't
was
say
really
what the
odd.
distance was on that ride.
Yeah, that was really odd. And then
Oh.
maybe the biggest out of left field announcement, which Microsoft closed. People are really upset.
Just see the chat going crazy.
Oh, he got somebody. He
He
got
did.
somebody.
He got a lot of people.
All kinds of people. I
lots
get people all the time like, "You motherfucker, my dog is freaking out."
Wear headphones, guys. What are you doing?
Yeah, dude.
They closed the Microsoft conference. Like the big stun, the big like reveal was Halo Wars 2.
The RTS?
The yes, they're making a second Halo Wars. That's what
Was
they closed the Microsoft
For
conference.
who? The
Was
10
the
people
first
that
one
played
any
the first
good?
one?
I don't know. The first one wasn't celebrated. There are people that enjoy it, but there's people that enjoy eating shit. So I don't know. It was weird, man. They closed that as like, huh?
Hold on. JP, have you played Halo Wars?
No, but I'm very familiar with it. I've watched probably 5 or 6 hours worth of footage on it. It's really weird, and it's also coming out for Windows 10 and Xbox One at the same time. That's hard. That's weird to say. Windows 10, Xbox One. Anyways, that was an odd thing to announce. And the even weirder thing is the team behind it is Creative. Fuck, I forget the name of it, but the development team is owned by Sega. So Sega is making an Xbox One game. First party game being made by Sega.
They're still around.
And Sega's property Shenmue 2 was kickstarted and announced
3.
Shenmue 3 was kickstarted at the Sony press conference and is a big title on the PlayStation 4.
I watched the speedrun of Shenmue 2, and I get it now, like why it's because it's like there's a lot of in-depth, like you got to be a fan of the game, but if you're a fan of Shenmue, you fucking love it. You're very like into it, and like after watching the speedrun, I went, oh, it's like got a big story, and there's a lot of weird shit that people like. And
I couldn't watch the game. The gameplay is really odd. It's basically like in the game, like quick time events, the entire thing.
Not all of it. It's a really strange game. Shenmue is a game I've never played, but I've watched people play it, and I know it's a good game, and people absolutely love it, and I'm looking forward to playing it someday. But it's like you basically play, and again, haven't played much at all, but you play a dude's life. Like it's much more kind of, from what I've seen, like realistic. Like the part that I saw of it, I can't even remember if it was 1 or 2, but he was just like running through a city. You could go to the arcade and play all the games, or you could do like mundane tasks to progress the story, but they kind of all fit into stuff. There wasn't really a lot of fighting, but there was a little. Like it, I don't know a lot about it. That's one of the reasons I'm looking forward to playing it, but I know from the third and the outcry of support of it, like there must be some really special things in those games.
Cool. I don't really think there's anything else. We'll probably have more to talk about as more stuff is announced. I'd like to have Tally on next week or someone to talk about the WoW expansion because that's being announced tomorrow. That could be kind of cool.
He's got a countdown for it on his channel that he started like a week ago. Like he's excited.
Well,
he's really excited.
That's his game, right? I think he's super stoked for that. Plus, he works very closely with Blizzard, so I'm sure there's some tie-in as well with that.
Right.
Whoa.
What's up?
Yeah, no idea what happened. Some people are saying something about their ears.
Did I blow someone's speakers out?
I didn't hear
shit.
It might have been something on my end or maybe something in XSplit. I don't know.
I didn't hear anything.
We passed.
I'm sorry
we passed 2 gigs on this recording, so maybe XSplit was just like freaking out. I don't know.
Just saying, JP, Skype making you look bad. May want to look elsewhere.
Well, if it was Skype, I would have heard it as well.
Maybe you looked at something else.
What, the fucking godfather of internet teleconferencing, Zeke?
I can't believe you got that impression. My impression is so bad. I can't believe you even knew who that was.
No, it's hardcore Marlon Brando. But like some of your impressions are bad. I'm not gonna lie. Your Julia Child sounds just like your whatever it is.
What are you talking about, Julia Child? She's cooking a turkey at 360 degrees.
Okay, you did another one.
Like a female Cosby.
That's what we said last week.
Totally is.
That's what we said last week as well.
See, but that's what makes it a fucking.
Same as
If
his
you would
Julia
have threaded
Child.
into pudding pops and Jello, that would have been amazing. You should try that sometime. Just start talking about Jello and pudding pops while you're doing that, and I think that could be gold.
See, got the Jello in my mouth and the ticket, and it's full of all kinds of chocolatey goodness.
That's that.
And with that, bye.
There was something else I was gonna say, but I completely fucking forgot.
Scene.
I completely fucking forgot what it was. Oh well, I'll think about it when we're doing shoutouts. Let's wrap the show because I got another show to do in 2 hours. Why don't you start us off? Do some shoutouts, man.
Sure. Well, thank you everyone for coming out. Big thanks to Zeke and JP, and as always, Shannon, you were amazing. It's been a pleasure, and congrats again on your awesome promotion. Also, a big thank you to the guests who came at the first part of the show as well. That was extremely informative and awesome. My name is Coh. You can find me at twitch.tv/CohhCarnage. I try to start at 8 a.m., but for the last week, I've been starting at 10 a.m. every day. Playing a lot of Fallout 3. We got done with our 1 and 2 playthrough, and we're now on 3, just about to start the wall of DLC, and then right into New Vegas. We're doing Rocket League sometimes and other fun stuff in the afternoon just to hang out. And yeah, hope to see you there. And a big thanks again for a fun show today.
There you go. Thanks for being on the show, Zeke.
Well, first of all, I want to give a thanks to our first guest, Rom Scout, who was here.
Okay. Zeke is trying to pull that on but let it be known, I just typed his name in Skype chat. So
Zeke didn't
I
remember.
just saw that, you liar. You typed it as I was saying.
Big
No, I'm
thank
kidding.
you to Rom Scout for coming to the show
she
today. I
typed it.
appreciate that greatly.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you.
Zeke
just had to call out Zeke.
Zeke,
She's
do your
right.
shout outs. The chat is ready for the card.
Anyway, do I get the card?
Yeah, here's the card.
Thank you. Faux R.
I'm not fixing it. It's not being
All right.
fixed.
Most people watch my channel for different reasons. I'm playing Bashi right now. My name is Ezekiel the Third, and that's the same on all of my stuff: YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Ezekiel_I for all of that. I'm a variety caster, but right now I'm doing Bashi because I have to, because it was an agreement that I made with St. Jude. So thank you once again to Rom Scout, to Shannon Z Killer, and of course to JP and Co for having me on as always. I had a blast. This was one of my favorite shows so far. So let's keep it up.
Yeah, I echo that as well. Shannon, last but not least, once again, congrats on the job. You want to do some shout outs?
Thanks, man. Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Shannon Zed Killer. It's Zed, not Z. You know, Zeke. So, yeah, you can follow me on twitter.com/ShannonZedKiller. You can follow me on twitch.com/ShannonZedKiller, but I don't often stream. Actually, I'm kind of thinking I might start doing what I'm going to call like a lunch stream or something and do like an hour and a half, like a few days a week or something. But yeah, I just started. And something to do with Fallout. I'm actually just started Tale of Two Wastelands, so that's super fun. But yeah, I just became the community manager of education here at Twitch. So I'm going to go around learning all you fools and educating you and all the other very smart things that might happen. So yeah, stay tuned. Watch my Twitter.
I'm disappointed that her fucking card doesn't have anything dumb or jokey on it. I'm disappointed.
It usually does. He usually says that I haven't showered in 10 days, which is often true.
Yeah, why did you take that off?
You guys didn't look close enough. That's all I'm going to say. Go watch the VOD.
I didn't read it because I was talking. I'm going to go, man.
No, there's
This is
nothing
not
there.
gonna be
There's
good.
nothing
I was
there.
gonna say community manager of education. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Oh, you're such
No,
a
I made hers in Rom Scouts last night, and I was just like, I don't know. I was tired. I guess I didn't put anything funny there.
Shannon, real quick, are you streaming your Tale of Two Wasteland stuff?
I have started playing it. I'm not streaming it. I kind of thought I might, but it would have to be like small segments, like before I start work every day. So we'll see.
Cool.
Last but not least, still can't talk about exactly what's going on at TwitchCon, but we'll be there on a panel of some sorts. That
You will want to watch it.
I'm not saying that.
I
That's
know
Shannon.
things, and you will want to watch it.
Yeah. We're hoping to have some pretty big guests on the show, and it should be of decent length, I guess, as well. We'll say that much, because that's all I can. I don't know. When are they supposed? I don't know when they're going to announce that. I guess you guys aren't talking to them. It's only me, but I really hope that's soon, because we're what, 2 months out, and we still haven't announced that yet. I don't know when they're going to share that with us.
Well, I mean that it could be announced a couple weeks.
I know
early,
some
and it'd be
things
fine.
were going to
Yeah,
be
plenty of time.
figured out today in San Francisco, so maybe by tomorrow, maybe tonight.
Well, did you get the dancers hired, JP?
Not yet. I do have the band.
Dude,
coming.
you got to do that, man. Dancers get hired out. This is the busy season for them, man.
Okay, all right. Well, I got the band coming, so the band will be there.
Oh, good. You
I
got
took
the
care of the-
band.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I took care of
Okay.
the goats.
Okay.
nice,
I got Bobcat Goldthwait. He's coming. He's gonna be there.
Nice.
So just confirm that.
nice. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Rom Scout helped out with the
For
1.2
real?
million to get him there. So
Oh,
No,
also the
Shannon.
champagne fountain is taken care of.
I was going to get excited.
there you go. There you go.
Wait, you guys were kidding?
Or were we?
Shit.
Guys, we'll see you
Dude, I
next
put
week.
down deposits.
All right.
I don't know who the guest is next week, and probably won't till Tuesday or something. But we'll let you guys know as soon as we know. We'll see you guys next time on Drop Frames. Thanks everyone for being here. We're out.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.